Yeah. Someone talk?
Like right
Yeah.
now
That worked.
or
Yeah,
at all?
I just had to make sure the audio was working. And now we just need Adam, right?
Like,
All right. Well, I guess we'll wait a minute for him. He probably took that 10 minutes late, literally. And we'll be here in 2 minutes.
yeah, he gave you a thumbs up and everything.
Yeah.
He has no intention of showing up until 7:40.
Ever again. That stuff. Delete. If anyone needs to spend XP or stuff, now's a good time to do it. Had we been at the end of a day? I don't remember how we ended. Did Dirk wake up tied to a chair?
Probably.
I feel like no.
No, there was something going on with.
Yeah, we were not going to start an encounter. I think we paused before an encounter.
Did we?
I thought so.
You guys had gotten people out of the sewer. And I thought that was
Yeah.
it for that day. And then I feel like Hans came in. I can't remember what he did or said, though.
Came in where?
You know, to Al's chair room.
Oh, I think that's where we.
Oh, yeah, he was like, hey, set a fire if you need you know, a
If
friend.
we need a
It's the bat signal. Okay. Yeah, we'll just say it's the start of a day if no one remembers, because what's the difference? Unless there, is some state you expect that we're in, and then we'll go for it. I
Sounds
think
good.
some people need to connect, though, it looks like. Or Foundry's lying to me.
No, I'm getting there.
Okay, I'll Alt-tab over to Roblox and spam the button for my son. In the meantime. Are we about to lose? Hold on. Give me 1 minute, guys. I'm going to watch the epic finale of us losing. All right.
What are we losing?
Some Roblox game that we were, we started at 7. I was like, oh yeah, this will be done. And then it wasn't. All right, dude. I got to kick you out. Love you. Alex, you can do it in the other room. Well, here we are. Dirk wakes up tied to a chair.
Like you do.
What are you guys doing today?
Today.
How are the cats coming, Derek?
Same thing we do every day.
How is the cat thing coming? Well, I mean, you occasionally find some
Operation
outside your
Cat.
door. None have woken you up at night before, but
Dang it.
it's only been like a week. And not even a week. It's been like 7 loops or something. which isn't
I
really a
expect
week
better from cats.
when you think about it. Yeah. And give it time. It'll get there. You got thin on your beard, Adam.
I know.
Oh. Well, now it's gone, so now you're okay. All right. What are you guys doing? Dave, what are you doing?
I don't remember what our goal was today.
I don't know what your goal was for today. I know things you wanted to do is figure out a way to get up earlier or get someone else brought in. Maybe those are related.
Yeah, I mean, the only way we're going to get up any earlier is to
Didn't I give a summary for Adam? Let's find that.
and get in the loop.
Give me 5. All right.
Find someone who's up earlier and get them in the loop.
It has to be someone we trust.
Are there any guardsmen that are up late?
It has to be someone we trust.
Sure, there's one or two.
There might be a guardsman we trust.
I mean, you tell me. I don't like. No one comes to my mind who you would trust in the guard.
Yeah, I agree. I can't think of anyone outside of our group.
You to trust them, you just need leverage.
What about that ogre guy? The guy at the bottom of the tower?
The guy who's in the
Maybe
in
he
your
doesn't sleep.
the guy who's in your hostel or whatever.
Let's go see if he's an all-nighter, nocturnal kind of guy.
You over there?
Yeah.
You could ask. I mean,
All right.
you wake up with him.
All right, tell me how this conversation goes.
I don't remember his name. It's like
Dude, I don't
Octavio or
either,
something.
actually.
Sergio. Something with an Italian flair.
Guido.
Man. Dave, how dare you?
What? That's a real name.
It's true. Gino.
Gino, my buddy, pal. Hey, we were gonna go hit the night scene. Are you up all night? You know, are you in for that kind of thing?
If I remember correctly, he doesn't leave the building.
I don't leave very often. What are you talking about? What night scene?
Well, what kind of hours do you work? You know, do you wake up, crack of dawn, or you just like don't sleep?
You actually recall he sleeps a lot. He was often asleep at the desk. I mean, I could be up.
What time did you wake up this morning?
It was sunny.
Sonny, was anybody else up at the time?
I'm sure. Yeah, there's people coming and going all the time. I'll wake up and I'll nod at them and I'll go back to sleep.
Hmm. Well.
So what kind of party? What are we doing?
Oh, you know what? I just forgot that's tomorrow.
Oh, I could go tomorrow.
All right, let me get some more information and I'll come back.
This poor guy. He has an intuition of 6 and he missed it, so he's like, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. He literally has an intuition of 6. What?
What about that little orphan?
He has an intelligence of 6. I don't think he can tell time.
What was the name of that orphan?
Which orphan?
I don't know.
The one that had the dagger?
The one that was getting beat up.
Eugene, sir? Or I don't know which one you're talking about. The one you got the dagger from?
No, the
Quiet
one.
one that he assaulted in when we were looking for vampires.
I thought it was like a little girl.
Yeah, who didn't speak, and you paid everybody to beat her up.
Yeah.
I don't
What the
remember
heck
that.
are you talking about? I
You
have no
paid
idea.
people to beat her. You paid people to go find her, and they beat her up.
Because she ran into the vents.
It was the vampire adventure.
Yes,
Oh, they did beat her up. Yeah.
you paid other kids to beat her up.
I don't think that's true.
I mean,
That's not how I remember it.
I was there. It happened.
it's not what he tried to pay for, but that was the effect. So if I'm understanding it right, your current plan is get this 3-year-old to come across town and wake you up at 4 in the morning.
Do I think that's more likely to succeed?
That is
Compared
probably
to the
more
cat
likely
or
than
less?
the cat. It's well, yeah, probably.
I think we need to find an adult, maybe someone who's halfway responsible, and not murder a child.
I mean, they'll be back tomorrow. It's fine.
I don't hear any ideas coming from you guys.
I had lots of ideas.
Let's hear him.
Find a guard. Find someone we know. What time is the lady that owns the shop? What time is she up?
Crack of dawn.
What time
Let's
is
go.
that, actually?
Let's go kill that guy that is Rudy's neighbor that kept seeing Trent do things.
Later. So you need someone who's up around like. Well,
Midnight.
I guess you don't really know for sure.
Yeah, we don't know. As a matter of fact, we don't know if the day resets at the instant we wake up, and therefore it's already too late. We just don't know.
Here's what you know. Dirk is up around 4 a.m. or so as they kind of slap him awake and torture him a little bit.
And he can't get out at that point.
And you know that
He could if he really wanted to.
you know that Griff was probably up drinking till about 1 the night before.
Oh, maybe we should kill Griff then.
But I imagine some of you might have been up with him then. You think it's probably somewhere between 1 and 4 where the loop
Okay.
is
Griff
starting.
got up at the same time you do.
Yeah, that's true. But Griff, I mean, if the loop actually started earlier and Griff hadn't been to bed yet, then theoretically that works. But it wouldn't have surprised me if you guys were out drinking with him that night. I mean, it's up to you. But I feel like Griff is kind of a drink all night, pass out sort of guy. Tell me if I'm wrong, Andrew.
We don't think you're wrong.
Okay.
Depends, as long as he's got the money or a tab.
I mean, a little after midnight, somewhere in there. He probably stumbles back to the barracks and passes out. But you'll never know unless you kill him and find out. So
Sure.
I would so enjoy a whole session that's just you guys trying to kill Griff. That'd be a good time for me.
I think it'd work. We should do it.
All right. So you've said guard a few times.
Are there any?
As
are there
GM,
any
there is no one I am offering to you as yes. This is an obvious choice. There just aren't. You don't get along with many people there.
But I'm such a great guy. How can I not get along with people?
Well, even then, you said trustworthy, and that's a pretty hard. Like the closest you would have would be your captain, and even then, you barely know her, and
Sure.
you don't have any terrible reason to suspect she'd be up at like 4 in the morning.
All right.
But I mean, you've smelled the least corruption coming off her. Let's put it that way. She has seemed to genuinely care, although be powerless about the job the watch does. Like even then, she can tell Rudy's up to no good. She can't do much about it. She'd have to get rid of the whole watch. She can't do.
Sure.
But she did seem to slap his hand a few times.
We should kill Rudy and make him do it.
There you go.
That doesn't matter if they're trustworthy. It's just
He might have been up. There were people probably calling Dirk.
I mean,
at
we
that
could-
hour.
You should kill him, and then we should just brutally murder him every day, and eventually he'll want that to stop.
He'll get on board.
So let's try this a different way. A list of people who you know were up would probably be. You could probably at this point you could have identified. Okay, Watchmen, 1 through 20 or whatever names
Mhm.
had night shifts, so they were probably awake, right? Some of the guys holding Dirk were awake because they were, doing their stuff there.
Are any of them maybe not trustworthy, but we could, I don't know, bully them into going along with us?
There's a chance Harold might have been awake.
Yeah, I wonder about Harold. For the guys like in the watch, I think the problem is when you have the daily reset, they could just fuck off basically, and then what are you gonna do? It's like, yeah, you can bully them for that day, or maybe the first day after you kill them when they don't know what's going on yet. But after that, like, I feel like they're just gonna either clue other people into it or just not be around. And then if they happen to run into Hans, that could be bad too.
What? Oh, I can't help. Never mind.
You, the player, you, Andrew, could help. I mean, do you want to just sit in this cycle forever?
Well, if it wasn't a good idea, I would totally share it, but it's a good idea, so I can't.
Time to murder Griff.
Yeah, let's murder Griff and see if there's anywhere he can get us in.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
All right, are we just gonna dogpile him in an alley somewhere? The next morning we go and get the dagger. By the way.
All right, so this first morning, Adam went and talked to Gino, who's very much looking forward to the party tomorrow.
Sure.
Anything else you guys are doing that day?
Getting the dagger.
Oh. Okay. Sure. Why not?
That's pretty much what I do with my from
That's
now
fine.
on.
So that's your new pattern: is get it right away in the morning.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, get the dagger.
Okay.
And I asked the kid who had the dagger how long he's been up.
What's the matter to you? Man, that dagger's mine. You owe me money. That thing's worth a lot. At least 10 gold.
I stare him down.
Yeah, give me intimidate.
All right. Let's see. Intimidate. Where's my character sheet? There it is. Intimidate.
Sniff the cat's butt, you weirdo.
Yeah.
Fine, take the stupid dagger. Didn't want it anyway. Hey Dave, give me a perception roll.
Okay. Why is it not?
Make it by better than -2.
Okay.
Yeah, he was trying to pick your pocket while you were holding it. Failed miserably though.
I stop him from picking my pocket.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
So yeah, he didn't really take your question seriously. But
right.
when you wake up, he's just like,
All right.
I mean, you could probably keep pressing it if you really care. But
Mm,
it was a weird question that he seemed to mostly ignore.
sure. All right. I'll let it go.
Shit, you smell, dog. Jesus. Dog breath, man. All right, you got the dagger.
Okay.
Now what?
I guess we're going to. Who all's with me? Anybody?
Not me.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we're gonna try to do Griff tonight then.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, buddy. All right.
I better spend my experience real quick.
So, all right. Let's see. If I go beat up everybody, let them know I have the dagger. Are we gonna get Dirk out today, or were we leaving him for in case Hans was curious?
I think at least for the short term, my recommendation. I mean, if you guys feel like you need me, then break me out. But otherwise, my recommendation would be to not break me out. Just yeah, just because it's risky.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
There's a party tonight.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Yep. Are we gonna go save what's her name this morning? About 10 o'clock. Do our typical 10 o'clock save.
Yes, unless that's an issue of grabbing, or when there are people you're helping in the basement. Or, I mean, not in the basement, but in the sewer.
Are we doing that one every day?
I don't know.
All right. Well, I mean, right after we get the dagger, if everybody wants to show up when we get the dagger, we could always do the sewer save and then go save her at 10. That sounds like our new, that's what we're doing, Derek. We're every day. It's
Every day you're heading down the sewer,
get the dagger,
stealthing around, getting the people out of there.
sewer, get the people out. Then we go save her at 10 a.m. And then we shop with Griff.
It's a busy day. You're hoping for Groundhog. You're hoping for Groundhog Day style, where you do everything perfect on a day and then you're just out.
Yeah. And we shop with Griff. Heck, today we could just go to the party, and then on our way back from the party, we kill Griff in an alley.
Griff, your party seems really weirdly like hyper competent today. Like this weird stuff they're doing is totally normal, and like they've done it a million times before.
They've never been competent before.
Yeah, it's weird.
Except for Trent.
Wait, when are you going after Griff?
After the party.
I think we should get me and Carlos to fight to the death.
What's your if you're leaving, can you take the dog out with you?
Who is Carlos?
Who is Carlos? Can't believe you'd say that.
The pain of his existence.
Carlos was the one who helped you kill people at the party. He was awesome.
He's an asshole.
Andrew hates him the most for some reason.
Oh, he was a party guy? You guys did that party thing when I was in Wisconsin.
Did we? All right.
Yeah, I was not here for that.
Well, we've done it like 15 times since then.
Yeah, but I don't think Carlos has come up.
Yeah, all right, anyway. So for the party, are you locking a dude down in the cellar? Or are you telling the story about the Skaven, which here, let me What are you doing when you get to the party? I think last time you rescued the people from the sewer, and then you told everybody. Griff told everyone, "Oh yeah, we did this cool adventure this morning," and then the Skaven attack never happened at the party that day.
Right.
You just letting that happen again?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Dirk, you get out and you go to the boarding house, and the party's not there. What do you want to be in the meantime?
I go to the spotted boar.
Spotted pig.
Oh my
Spotted
god.
pig, and I wait because I assume that the group's going to end up there eventually.
The one NPC location or name that I consistently remember, and you fail on it. Come on. All right. you're
Maybe
spotted
he's
pig.
at the spotted boar across town.
Copyright infringement. All right, you guys get out of the party pretty late. But Griff,
How
you know-
did chatting up the lady go? That's the most important thing.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and make a charm roll at plus 40, Adam. But you're
Okay.
you're about capped out now on bonuses. You don't think you could do this better?
How into it is she? Super into it?
You know, it's fine. She seems to like you. Not like she's gonna marry you or anything, but
Not yet.
doing way better than that first party. You're doing way better than the one where you tried to slip her daughter a note about how. Oh yeah, I forgot that girl loves you. I can get that back in. I guess a day. This day's been repeating, so there hasn't been any opportunity for that to go anywhere. But anyway, yeah, you have a pleasant time. She enjoys your company. Perhaps you would see her again someday in a less formal setting.
If that could exist, that'd be great.
Yeah. All right. It's late. You guys are leaving the party. Griff, despite having had a whole lot to drink, is not drunk. Because I believe I had him roll for that last time, and he was not inebriated at all yet.
To the spotted boar.
God damn it. It's the speckled boar.
Apparently, he sounds kind of drunk if he can't remember the name of his own bar.
True. All right, you're going to the spotted pig?
Yeah, we're gonna go down some alley and try to get him into the loop, I guess. Let's
All
do
right.
this.
So tell me about this.
Whoever's got the dagger is going to be right behind him.
All right, who's got the dagger?
I guess I have it.
All right. Here.
Why'd you even make a fighter guy?
I don't know.
You guys can see this map, right?
Yes. We're not going to be doing it out in the middle of town square, that's for sure.
Just pick one of these and call it an alley.
Where?
I'll get you guys out here in a second. Bernard, Griff, Rocco, Trent, Dirk is not here.
Okay, we'll make sure it's some dark alley.
Yeah,
Hopefully
you're down this alley over here.
Right.
But it's
Hopefully there's,
very slowly scrolling you towards.
Less light, maybe.
There's no one around. Show me your marching order. Let's assume you're heading south.
We're going south. Spotted boar was up here.
Sure, okay. I figured whatever. I'm gonna assume you're not actually that close to it just yet.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Never mind then. Yeah, you're here, you're coming east, you're coming from the east. You just rounded the corner to start going north.
Okay.
Bernard is apparently behind Griff.
Yeah.
Rocco.
And I stab him through the heart, through the back.
Hold up. Rocco, where you at?
This is fine.
Okay. You're a little ahead of Griff. Trent, where you at? You might be muted or away, Eric.
No, just trying to figure out. So we're heading north here.
Yeah, we'll say you just came around that corner.
Yeah, I'll be in front of.
All right. Have you guys discussed what was going down and when, or is this going to be a surprise for everyone when Bernard pulls out the dagger?
I think we discussed it.
Okay, what did you discuss?
About how we're gonna do this on the way to the spotted pig. And
After the party. So everyone's been, the three of you have all been expecting this to happen.
yes,
Okay.
I'll give him a now. Boom.
All right, Griff, give me
As I slide it in his back.
conditions. Give me an intuition roll at -30, Griff. Which probably is like a 2% chance for you or something, but these are your friends. They would never betray you. All right. He is surprised, Dave. You get plus 40 to hit him, and he has no dodge.
Do I actually have the dagger on me? I do have the dagger on me.
I will. Do you? I was going to say, I'll give it
I have a dagger.
Is it called Black Dagger?
Nope.
Well, then let me give you that dagger.
Okay.
Where you equip it, and here, let me get you in combat. I mean, you could just kill him in one hit, which would be anticlimactic, but...
Well, that's kind of the hope.
Now, since I don't think you staked out the exact place this was happening, I am going to give Rocco and Trent perception checks straight up, and if you succeed, you can act. Like, you'll be ready if you wanted to act. Otherwise, you guys are essentially surprised, too. Like, you knew it was coming, but you didn't know exactly.
What did you say my bonus was?
Plus 40. It's 20 from behind, I think, and 20 from surprise. Here, let me actually just put surprise on. Oh, never mind. You're good. You did indeed hit. So, Griff, you feel a sharp pain in your leg.
Left leg?
As you are stabbed from... Well, I don't know, dude. You could have done a cold shot to the head.
I thought it was the heart we had to stab him in. Is that not the case?
You don't know.
No.
But if you want a cold shot, I can take 20 off and move it. I can just teach you less damage. Is your armor different on the chest there, Griff?
I don't think I was... They were telling me to wear armor or not to the party every day, depending on what we were doing. So I'm assuming this is a non-armor day.
You're giving them a lot of credit. That might be true.
If it's not, it would just be we'd have to wait till the next day and do a non-armor day.
To be fair, your armor does smell like sewage since you were down in the sewer this morning.
That's true.
I don't think Griff cares about that too much.
All right. Then I'm going to assume you were hit in the chest instead. I don't think it affects anything.
Do you actually have to land the killing blow with the dagger? Or does he just have to be stabbed with the dagger?
You have no idea.
Yeah, okay. Right.
Rocco.
We got 40 hit points to him.
Yeah.
You were ready for this. If there's anything you want to do, go ahead.
I'm going to hold Griff down.
That sounds like a grapple. I wonder if they have rules for that in this game. That sounds like a brawling roll, probably.
I can roll brawling.
Yeah, do it.
I got to find it first.
He is no longer surprised, but he does not have a weapon in hand. So, Griff,
as a master warrior, I always have a weapon in hand.
I don't think so. You could dodge, or you could do brawling to resist.
I'm gonna do brawling.
And if you don't have brawling, that would just be weapon skill.
I don't have brawling. I'm gonna roll.
Then it's just your weapon skill. It would be melee brawling, by the way.
I grappled his head.
That was a pretty good roll, man.
Got him in an arm lock.
So
headlock.
That's just melee, not melee basic.
Yeah, it's not melee basic. It's weapon. It is a specific skill called melee brawling, and if you don't have it, you would get it at whatever your weapon skill is. All right. Well, it looks like he grappled you, whatever that means. Grappling, page 163. Let's find out.
I better use a fortune point.
That looks like a tie, which then the higher skill wins, so that would be you do not get grappled. Grappling. Instead of inflicting damage with an unarmed attack, you can attempt to grapple and immobilize your opponent. You must declare that before rolling. If you win, you and your opponent are grappling, and your opponent gains the entangled condition. If you begin your turn grappling, you may break the grapple if you have higher advantage than your opponent and do not count as being engaged for your move. Okay, well, that's weird because it's group advantage. I don't know. I don't know how advantage would play into that. I'd probably have you roll to get out or something. Or maybe you could spend a certain amount of advantage. We can dig into that more if we need. Oh, I don't know. All you know is you just got a piercing pain in your back, and you turn and see Bernard there with a bloody dagger, and then Rocco slams into you and tries to start to like grapple you, but you manage to shake him off, and that is that round, and then we're in initiative order. So now it is Rocco again.
I'll try to grab him again.
Okay. Griff, you do not have a weapon out yet, so you can decide what you're doing about this. Yeah, he easily fends you off now that he knows you're coming. That said, actually, I guess you should have had a plus 20 because you guys are 2v1ing him right now, but you still failed compared to Griff.
Yeah.
And then Bernard.
Yes.
Griff, like who? Like, obviously, you defended against Rocco, but that's fine per the rules. Who's your? Are you facing Bernard, Trent?
My intention is to take out Bernard real fast, and then
all right,
turn around and kill the other two.
So Trent is probably at your back.
I mean, Trent probably isn't in on this, but
yeah, he's probably got your back. In fact, he's a priest of
so
Sigmar.
clearly, I go after Bernard.
All right. Well, Bernard's up. I just wanted to see what your facing was. So you are 2v1ing him. You get a plus 20, Dave. But
okay. All right. Combat dagger plus 20.
I want Trent to just sit and watch and Griff kill the other two, because that'd be funny to me. He slashes at your face and maybe hits. Who can say?
And I'm still just have to dodge till my turn starts.
Or you could brawl. Yeah, one of the two. Like straight up, whatever your weapon skill is, you'd be like unarmed, parrying essentially. Oh, that's real bad.
Hold on a minute.
He got you. Rocco threw you off and was kind of like hanging onto your arm, and it kept you from getting a parry up. You get stabbed in the face for 3.
Uh-oh.
It just, cut your cheek real good. Some of your fake wooden teeth fell out.
Okay.
I think it's just giving you guys all advantage.
Okay.
Which is weird. I think you should be at 2 on your guys' side. Whatever.
I think I should use all the advantage.
Trent, what were you doing?
Probably also coming in for a grapple.
Okay, then you can do that right now. And I guess at this point, you guys are at plus 40 for 3v1.
Okay.
I'm sorry, was that unarmed or improvised? I guess improvised.
No, this would be unarmed.
Okay.
Brawling, unarmed, whatever. That was a pretty good roll.
Oh my god.
Did you have your plus 40 in there? I don't think you did.
Nope.
Let me fix that. Good luck, Griff.
I don't think that's, beatable.
Yeah, Griff is entangled. What does that do? We don't know. You may not, on your turn, you may not move, and all your actions involve movement of any kind suffer a -10 penalty, including grappling. For your action, you can remove an untangled condition if you win an opposed strength test against the source of the entanglement. With each SL, remove an extra entangled condition. All right, so you could attack at -10, it sounds like, but you can't go running.
But can I have my axe or no? Probably not.
Yeah, you can have your axe. That's fine.
I can have it?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's on your... Yeah, you could get that out. You were. Okay. I mean, you were getting it out over the course of the round.
Uh-huh.
They're wrapping you up. They're trying to pull you down. You can't get away, and you're getting slowed down. But, yeah, you can get your weapon out.
I knew it would come to this eventually.
If you had, like, a big two-handed sword, I'd probably start trying to pull the reach rules into it, because it's supposed to be really hard to hit people with a big reach weapon at grapple range, but I think this is fine for now. Plus, I don't think it's going to matter.
All right.
Man, it looks like he could have just clocked you though.
That was theoretically my attack. I don't know why it's still opposing stuff.
All right, so it already did the -10 on its own. Did you add your own
It
minus
did.
10?
It filled that in. No.
All right, good. All right, well, you rolled pretty well, Bernard. You can do some sort of defense.
All right. Okay.
You won, but it's not doing. Oh, you did melee basic. You didn't do your.
What? I rolled the dagger as defense.
He didn't. He rolled melee basic. He didn't roll a weapon.
Oh.
Oh.
You didn't have one equipped. Well, your weapon damage is +4, so it'd be. What's your strength bonus?
Strength is 4.
4, so it would have been 8. And then you had relative to Dave a +4, so it would have been 12 damage. And it was to the body. So Dave, 12 minus whatever body armor you have. 9.
We
3
wouldn't have been
damage.
wearing armor. Would we?
You're not wearing armor either? Okay.
I don't think I would have gone in armor and told
If you
Griff
go with
not-
armor, I'm going in armor.
Yeah, that'd be
not
weird.
have told Griff
Okay.
to go without armor.
So your
And gone.
toughness is 4. So you took 8 damage then.
Okay.
And you can apply that to yourself. And then I
Okay.
think we're back to the top. Griff has 1 advantage, and I think you guys have 3. Should that matter?
I don't know.
And Rocco's up again.
I'm gonna kick him right where Dave stabbed him in the leg.
All right, that's just like an unarmed combat roll. You get +40. He's a crafty dude. I mean, this still could hit, honestly. But Griff, you can use whatever you wish to defend against that.
Like I can axe defend against
You
a
can
guy
you
that's
can axe
behind
defend
me?
it. Yeah, that's how we've always been doing it. They get a bonus to hit as a result, but
There you go.
Nice.
so let's hit that crit button. So you go in to kick at him, and he swings his axe backwards, catching you, I don't know, up in the hip, maybe?
Up and in him.
And you start bleeding all over the place, man.
Not good.
Unless, well, it sounded like you guys weren't wearing armor, so.
Totally good. I mean, we're going to be fine tomorrow. We're just trying to get him in it.
So you took 3 damage, which just applied on its own, and you've got 4 bleeding conditions, which is pretty bad, actually. And then he did not get hit. However, hold on, he might still have hit you because you should have had an extra bonus to hit for being behind. No, he still had no. Even with a massive bonus, he didn't hit him. So Bernard, +40 for whatever you're doing, probably.
Okay.
Well, Griff, now you'll know it's time to invest in that talent that makes you harder to gang up on.
Only if I lose.
It's true. It's not looking good for you, though. Dave, did you add 40?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think... Is this still doing your entangled? It is. No. I can't tell what this is doing.
What is happening? It just keeps rolling.
I got 5 fortune points. I'm going to use them.
Oh, okay. He still hit you, it looks like. You know, because he has +40.
Yeah.
So, Dave, you can hit that crit button. You got him in the gut.
More blood, more bleeding.
He's bleeding. He's prone.
It's
a slashing dagger. You can spend an advantage to add 1 extra bleeding if you want.
It's okay.
Okay.
I'll if he's down right now, as As I
He
go
is-
in for the coup de grace.
He is not unconscious. You cannot currently coup de grace.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to go in and I'm going to say, I'll explain this all tomorrow and stab him again.
On your next turn, that can happen. Meanwhile, Trent, you are still grappling him. You can let go if you want, or do something else. But there's probably more you can do once you're grappling. I don't know. Hey, we missed something. Those outside of grapple get a +20 bonus to hit grapplers.
So he's taking 4 more damage. Total, basically.
Well, yeah, that'd be hard to retroactively do now, but yeah. It would like change the crit, but whatever. Although it looks like there's a chance you hit the grappler. Oh no, it's a different bonus depending who has the higher. Yeah, no, that's weird. You can do damage while you're grappling. If you win the
I'm
opposed
good, though.
strength test. Okay, you're just holding them, or you're letting go and standing back.
Just holding them.
Okay, cool. No roll required.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess you should get an extra bonus on a subsequent round. Griff, you can spend a resolve to get a hit point and be on your feet.
I don't have any of that.
Literally don't have any. Wow. Well,
I had 2, but I spent it like 20 sessions ago.
Oh no,
And
you have that.
Never came back. Oh, I have 1. I used to have 2.
You guys should be at max. Right now, I assume everyone
All right,
should be at max.
I spend 1.
Wait, are you sure you have some? Your resilience is 0.
That's what I'm thinking of.
And you
I
get
have
+1 from. Okay, yeah. So yeah. Okay, so it lets you get back on your feet. Well, here's what you can use it on. You can get a hit point back and get back on your feet, which is probably the best. But you can also ignore. You could get rid of. No, that's gonna be the best one. Never mind.
Well, I could use it to auto success, right? Or is that the other one? That's the other one.
Let's look real quick.
That's the one I don't have because I spent.
You guys never use it, so I don't remember what it does.
We don't know what it does, so we don't ever use it.
Yeah, I mean it's a vicious cycle. All right, where's the luck? Where's fortune? Wise. There we go. That's not right. Maybe one of you will find it faster than me. I'm now paging through the rulebook. Disease. Cool. I feel like I went too far. Psychology. No. Is it before crits? Maybe. Yeah, here we go. Resolve. You become immune to psychology until the end of the next round, so that's good for like, I'm scared of guns. No, I'm not. Fuck you. Ignore all modifiers from all critical wounds until the beginning of the next round. Or remove 1 condition. If you removed the prone condition, regain 1 wound as you surge to your feet. So
right.
You could theoretically, like that's probably the one you want, but theoretically you could have removed the entangle or removed 1 of the bleeding, or
Why is Bernard so far away now?
Derek keeps moving us.
Yeah, probably hit the S key or something. All right, so I think that's essentially free. You do that, you manage to. I mean, really thematically, you just never fully went down. Is what makes more sense to happen there, and now you get to go.
Okay. -10.
Yep.
How much advantage do I have? 2?
I think you've only succeeded at 1 roll so far, so just 1.
Do you get advantage when you hit somebody on a defense roll? When you crit a defense?
No.
No. Okay.
Actually, maybe. I know you have to win an opposed roll, but I don't.
That's not technically winning, is it?
No, I think it's got to be 1 use. I don't think every time you attack someone and you fail, they get an advantage. I feel like we would have had a lot more advantage if that was the case.
Yeah.
Well, he
Hold on a
swings at
minute.
you. Oh, there might be some fortune coming. All right, Dave. That's a crit coming at you.
Okay.
Before you defend.
Sure.
And you don't have armor, so I guess we just do it.
Oh, it was shitty.
It was shitty.
Is it his dagger arm or his non-dagger arm?
He did 1 wound, and I don't know. Give me a D10, and odd is his right arm. Oh wait, it already said secondary arm up above, so it was the left.
Oh, okay.
Torn muscle, which gives you a -10 to all tests involving your offhand, Dave.
Okay.
Then you can make a defense roll.
All right.
And if that box pops up and tries to give you a -10, I don't think you have to, because you're probably not using your offhand.
Okay.
So
I don't get any bonuses on the defense, right?
Nope, it's only on the attack. God damn. You want a fortune? Yeah,
Okay.
Jesus. He was all monologuing at you and everything.
Much better.
Mm-hmm.
Bernard is still up, though.
How much should I take? Oh, yeah.
10, it looks like. You got a hit point. You're fine.
I got 2 left.
Two hit. That's twice as many as I said.
Yep.
All right. We're at the end of the round, so now we check conditions.
Let's bleed to death.
Why is it not? It's not doing it. It's not doing it when I hit the button. So
Because it knows we're all teammates and it's confused.
bleeding. You lose 1 wound at the end of every round. So Adam, you lose 4. Griff, you lose 2.
Well, that puts me at 0. I think I should only lose 1.
If unconscious and bleeding at the end of the round, so I think you fall down prone and you're at 0 wounds now. I don't think it generates a crit though. And so I was trying to use your sheet to read the bleeding. Yeah, so effectively you're at 0, you're prone again. And you will pass out in toughness rounds.
Oh, that's enough time.
And then you may or may not bleed to death at that point. And Adam, you took your 4 damage.
No, but I can.
All right, I'll do it for you.
Okay.
Boom. You got 3 hit points. So 1 more round and you're actually going down. But you're up right now.
I blow my brains out.
Yeah. Can you shoot Trent first?
What do you use? Your pistol?
Yeah.
All right. By the way, we need to spend some XP to get you 1 point. Black powder
Yeah,
weapons.
that's true.
So that you're not cheating.
Cheater.
Yeah, give me a D100. I don't want you to. I just want it to not fumble. Because, there's always the chance it explodes in your hand. Good enough. Had it been like a 99 or something, then I would have, it could have been fun. Griff, that kind of surprised you. Rocco just blew his brains out.
He was always kind of strange. I mean,
you're up.
From Griff's point of view, Rocco knows what's about to happen to him, so he's better off shooting his brains out.
All right. So what
So
do I have now? Because
you're a 2v1. You're a 2v1, so plus 20. He's prone. Okay. It's going to do that automatically, but that's a plus 20. And he's entangled. And I believe that should be another plus 20, but
should I put that in?
I think it's effectively going to be plus 50, and I think you only have to do plus 40 of it.
Okay.
I'd put in a plus 40, and I'll look at it and see if it looks right.
Okay.
Bonus melee attacks, 20, 20. How much did you put in?
40.
And what's your skill?
Difficulty easy. I have a 40 weapon skill. No. I have a 40 weapon skill because I'm not good with this weapon.
You don't have a 40
or 45?
When I hover over the eye, it says character. Okay, 40 weapon skill, 5 melee basic.
No,
yes.
okay.
45.
So it gave you a 60. I think it should have given you a 50. I'm not really sure why the difference, but whatever. I'll just edit it. That's fine.
Okay.
Wait. 20.
No, I thought each thing was 20.
No, you're right. It is.
3 of them.
It is. You're right. It would be 10 if you were trying to hit Eric while he's entangled. instead of
Okay.
20. Okay.
It's gonna be hard to beat.
Yeah, you can try though.
I better spend my 2 points of advantage for +10.
Yeah.
Right now it's giving me a -30, so that's a pretty big difference. I don't know if it's beatable. It's giving me
Double bargain now, too.
You're probably getting. It's giving you a -20 for tests involving movement of any kind because you're prone, which I don't think I've always done, but it sounds like it thinks you should have a -20 to hit when you're prone, which seems reasonable. And it's probably giving you an extra -10 because Eric's grappling you. So that sounds accurate if it's giving you a -30.
all right. It's also giving me -1 SL separately.
I don't know what that's from. Is that your weapon? Like I don't know where that's coming from.
I'm gonna spend 2 advantage and say that is probably from my weapon. Yeah. I'm gonna spend my advantage and make that a 0. I guess. Just see what do.
Well, you tried, but that was hard to overcome his +6. So, Dave, you can hit that crit button.
Okay.
He might still live. Nope, that one's gonna. No,
Mangled
you got him in that. He gets his hand up in the way. You run his hand through.
Yeah.
You get your left hand amputated.
Yeah.
You're bleeding. You made your
All
endurance roll, so you're not stunned. You're still up and at it, and you can take 4 crits before you die, so you're not actually even dead, you know. Other than that, it didn't matter. You're at 0. You're still at 0. Trent, you doing anything?
Keeping him held down.
He's done enough.
Sigmar demands it. All right, Griff, here you go.
I know what my job was out of this.
Man, what a way to go. You never saw it coming. You always thought it would be Harold. Dirk.
So, am I left-handed or right-handed?
I assume you're right-handed.
Yeah, I thought so too. And then when I click combat, it's like you can't use your right hand. And it's
Maybe
like,
it was the right hand.
But it says right there.
It was the right hand. Your hand is left. Yeah, I said it wrong when I saw the word left.
Okay.
So yeah, your axe is probably on the ground right now. You could pick it up with the other hand, but there's probably some sort of offhand penalty.
Yeah, probably.
Or you could brawl. You could kick at him.
I'm gonna click the offhand button under my weapon and just super fast. Maybe I grabbed it with my offhand as my hand was falling off. I don't know. I think so.
I think you pick it up and your severed hand is still like gripped tightly to the.
No, it's giving me a -50, so that's pretty bad.
So it's -20. Yeah, it's -30 for the prone and entangle, and it's probably a -20 for off. Yep. You could still hit him. Dave, roll to defend. He's only at a -1 if Dave rolls worse. I mean, and it's a head hit location. Oh, that's too bad. I actually really wanted that to hit because it would have been funny. Dave, however, parries. Or more likely just kind of steps aside. All right. You bleed more, but it doesn't really matter when you're at 0. You're at your second round of 4. And Rocco's dead. Bernard, you're up.
All right. Let's see.
So you can add 20. I think all the other modifiers are going in automatically on their own.
Okay.
I think. We'll find out. Oh, just add 20 and then I'll check.
Wait.
You might be better off dodging here.
I have a modifier of 20.
No, I'm better off rolling a crit.
Oh, that's true. Let me see what it added. It added 40. I think it should have added 50.
Yeah, I don't think I can beat
it
that.
should add 60.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you should. I don't know. You should have.
That wasn't a crit.
Hold on one sec. I don't know why. I wonder if I'm actually misunderstanding the. This is a headshot, so I'm sure this is going to do it. I feel like maybe. I feel like Entangle should like hurt your defense, though, right?
I don't know.
All your actions involving movement of any kind suffer a penalty of -10. I guess it's not technically an action, it's a defense, but I just feel like it's easier to hit someone. No, you already get a +20 for that. That's built in. It's not into his defense, it's into your to hit. He's prone, that's +20. Oh, it was the 2-on-1 that we had to add manually.
And I'm getting a -50, so that's quite the differential.
Yeah. I'm just, I don't know. One of them it wasn't adding in. Like if Dave added 20 on his own, it was missing one of those. I don't know which one. But.
Although 2 of them seem to be related to movement of any kind. I don't know if that should count twice.
Actually, I bet they don't now that I think about it. I think there's something where you take the higher of those. I don't know. For whatever. Dave, you hit him.
Okay.
Go ahead and hit that crit 110 to the head, which is almost certainly death.
Yep.
All right, so basically you bring the dagger right down into the top of his head, and he dead. So is Rocco, and you're almost dead. Trent's fine.
Yeah.
Now what do you do?
I roll him out of the street, and I leave Rocco there in the street.
I mean, you could roll him slightly to the side of the alley, but I don't know where else you're going to roll him to. I'm going to start removing all these crits from you because, you know, those are going to be gone. Can't wait to see what tomorrow morning's like.
I told him I'd explain it to him tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to be real happy regardless.
All right, I've healed him, Dave. I'm healing you too. Unless you think something's going on tonight that matters.
I don't think so. I mean, at this point, I just want to hold up and get to tomorrow.
You're waiting for the darkness to consume you rather than doing the last 2 damage to yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's cowardly way out.
20 wounds, dude. That fight could have gone another way if you didn't have that 20 wounds.
Yeah.
Griff put up a fight, man. And then Rocco, I got a clear crit. He didn't want to stick around for all that blood.
Yeah, he didn't want to help at all.
He helped.
Sorry.
He was giving you a +20 that probably actually made a big difference.
1 round.
2 rounds, I think. But yeah. All right. If nothing else is going on, Dirk, I guess a very bloody Bernard and a fine-looking Trent appear at the spotted pig. And that's the night. So, Griff, you wake up the next morning in the... Well, first Dirk wakes up tied to a chair. But then Griff wakes up at the same time as Bernard, you know, when the watch, you know, wake up, you assholes, alarm goes off. Hold on, I gotta show the story. Griff, you don't seem to be dead. Maybe it was a weird dream.
Did it feel like a dream?
I mean, no, probably not. But you're waking up and there's Bernard.
I guess I'm gonna grab my axe and run off.
You seem to have 2 hands. Bernard, you see him grab his axe and start running off.
Okay. I'll let him go.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you doing the dagger thing this morning?
Yep.
Okay.
Same as it ever was.
Do Rocco and Trent go with for the dagger every morning, or is that like a solo?
It's up to them. I mean, I think I've managed to handle this one pretty.
I think we did the first 1 or 2, but if your plan is to go grab it and then go meet us elsewhere, then no, we'll meet up later.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So Griff, where are you running off to?
The spotted boar across town.
Not the spotted pig?
No.
Okay. Just, I wasn't clear.
We'd know where to find him if he went there.
It's the speckled boar. Thank you very much. It's on the slums on the other side of the bridge.
Okay.
The side you guys didn't patrol on.
Nice.
Okay. Sure. You're there. What are you doing for the morning?
Well, are there any? So, Griff, I don't know if there would be any clear indicators that it's the same day.
Yeah, I was just trying to think about that, and like without people talking to you about the party tonight, which no random person's gonna do. There's not like a calendar hanging on the. No, honestly.
Maybe Griff is immortal. Who knows? But he's got to think about it.
Yeah.
He's got to drink about it.
Give me a percentile roll. It's like the random chance roll. No. Okay. Nobody in any way makes you think that it is the same day. And maybe for some reason you'd have reason to believe that for a reason you might invent, but certainly nothing is coming up that makes you think that. More likely is a dream or sorcery or some weird shit, right? Premonition. That sort of thing. All right. You get the dagger. You got the dagger. You meet up with your two buddies, Rocco and Trent. And
yep.
Are you going through the save the apothecary stuff, or?
Yeah, we're saving the hostages, saving the apothecary. I guess we don't really need to shop for Griff today.
Nope.
What else?
Griff, you spending all day at the Speckled Boar?
I mean, so far.
All right. Well, let's say 4 hours pass. Are you there through lunch?
I mean, yeah, I may as well have lunch there, yeah.
Okay. So you guys have done the apothecary stuff, did whatever shopping you do every day. I don't know what that is. And now you're in like that period of time between you've done all your errands and you're waiting for the party at 4:35.
Yeah.
Which I imagine you drink most day. I don't know what you do, but train cats, drink, do some push-ups, something. I don't know.
Sounds good.
All right, you guys are hanging out with whatever you do. Okay. Griff, what do you do during that afternoon? Very good. He's letting me know privately what he's doing.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Well, there's a problem with that. Yes. Yeah, that's the problem with that. Yeah. Okay. That works. And it's quite cheap and affordable. Okay. Party comes. Griff is not there for it.
Okay.
Did you rescue people in the sewers today?
Yeah. That's
okay. That's fine. Sorry I missed that part. You get the dagger, you do that, and then you do the apothecary. Okay. Gotcha.
Yes.
Interesting. Let's see. That's fine. Yep. And then party goes off without a hitch. No. So tell me. Griff, as I recall, had been taking the lead on telling the story about your day's exploits in the sewers. Is one of you doing that now?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Same sort of story though?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, party goes off without a hitch, and Andrew, was that just basically for the whole day?
Yeah, then he'll have new information tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't know where I'll go from there.
So are you guys doing anything that night, or are you just kind of letting the day pass?
Is there anything else we need to find out? Maybe.
You've not seen Griff all day.
Sure, that's fine. We'll see him tomorrow.
That's true.
I'll catch up with him tomorrow. Is there...
Give him a day to process.
Yeah, is there anything else we absolutely needed to find before or during one of these loops? I'll take that as a no. Okay.
Yeah, I can't think of anything. I mean, we believe we know in the sewer where the ritual takes place, right?
We just need to
Yeah.
find something that can wake us up and get us there in time, I guess.
Griff, before that happens,
Apparently, Griff
maybe a little after 11 at night. Do you think you'd be indoors or outdoors?
I'm probably indoors now.
You briefly hear some screams from the street, but before you can even get up to look out the window, like your everything goes dark. You feel intense pain all over your body as if you're being devoured and burned alive. It's real awful, but it also only lasts for about 10 seconds. And then probably even less. And then you wake up in the barracks. And everybody's waking up. There's Bernard waking up.
I tell him, don't run this time.
Gotta go.
All right, then you'll never get an explanation of what's going on. And if he wants to run after that, then by all means, run.
Hearing nothing to the contrary, I assume he runs.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta go get some answers.
You guys continue through the same daily path in the meantime?
Yeah.
All right, Griff, we're just going to do this out loud then. I don't think it needs to be private, probably.
Uh-huh.
You go to the church, and what exactly are you asking them?
I need to know specifically what happens when you die.
I actually don't know what Warhammer lore is on this. I gotta Google quick. Mor's realm, often called the Underworld, is the name given to the human afterlife among worshippers of the Old World pantheon, watched over by Mor, the god of the dead. Here, the souls of the departed are sheltered from the machinations of chaos and those who would use necromancy. Basically, your soul is committed to the underworld and Mor, who watches over it. I guess. The afterlife is supposedly a place of peace, plenty, and pleasure. Oh wait, that's within the cult of Mor. People who commit suicide are banned from that realm.
Can I get
Cain.
half of my experience for accomplishing my doom?
Nope.
Well, it's accomplished for the next guy, just so you know.
Sort of.
Your doom was to be killed by a party member?
It was to escape death. Escape Morse himself.
Actually, that feels fine. Actually. But yeah, that would be for your next guy. So,
well, they're not.
They
real
tell you
helpful.
about the afterlife, but nothing they're saying matches, whatever's been happening to you.
Then I'll go back to the inn and try to get my same room, and Gino won't know what I'm talking about, and I'll have to decide if he's super dumb or not because we're buddies.
He is super dumb, but
I know
he does not seem like he's seen you for quite some time.
And then if I can get the same room, probably I will notice something about that. Who knows?
You can get the same room. It's in the same condition it was the first day you got it, which is mostly clean. There's not much in there other than like a bed, a table, an empty chest, and some sheets on the bed.
Yeah, all right.
No vampires that you know of.
Not anymore. I blew them up.
Probably a little girl peeking at you through a vent sometimes.
I will pay the children to beat her up.
Thanks, Adam.
And kill dogs.
Kill
All
dogs.
Right. Anything else you're doing today, Griff? Because I think you're the wild
I'm in. I will make some sort of modification to the room so that tomorrow, when it's not that, scratch something in the floor. I don't know.
Sure.
Something
works.
Somewhere.
All right. You guys do not see Griff again that day. Do you go through the same cycle, or are you doing anything else?
We might need to come up with something else. Obviously, Griff is waking up at the same time I am every day. So we need to come up with some alternate solution.
Yeah, go ahead and have that discussion if you want.
We could kill him again. That was fun.
Sure, that was fun.
Kill him until he cooperates.
So I don't know how long this cat thing is gonna work, but you're gonna have to do this cat thing before it works. But I think maybe we should come up with maybe a more human solution, one we can actually speak to.
There have been cats hanging around his room throughout the day now, but
Okay.
he has never found himself woken up at night by
It's all coming
loud
together.
enough scratching. But
Yeah.
certainly they come up, and I'm sure you feed them because that's what you're trying to train them to do. I know you're trying to train them to scratch. That's mixed results. Mostly they stand outside and meow. But,
That's fine.
yeah.
You're a heavy sleeper though, so it's not gonna wake you up.
Good. And okay.
Yeah. Just okay.
Yeah, well, something happens around 10:30, but if you have any conversations before then, get him get him done.
Okay. I guess we go ahead.
In the morning?
Yeah,
No,
10 in the
sorry,
morning?
at night.
Oh,
Okay, so I'm
I know
with
you
the
said you were
group.
going to talk about plans for the next day or something. I just want to make sure you
Yeah.
had a chance to do that.
we need to find someone else to bring in, someone who we know is up earlier. That's it. That's the only way we're going to be able to deal with it. Else, we need to give up trying to stop the ritual and find another solution. There's no way we as us can wake up on our own.
I mean, I can try and break out and just over the course of many attempts, like free myself through knowing how the morning's going to go. But obviously, that's going to take quite a lot of loops for me to be able to pull that off. So, and I probably will die, a bunch of times. So, I guess that's what I will start working on is trying to break free as early as possible.
So when you
just
wake
over the
up,
course-
you just want to start smashing your chair or doing something to get out and hope they don't kill you
Yeah,
while you're
well,
doing it?
and then as I'm doing that, like I'm trying to work out ways to, weaknesses in either fighting style or approach to the different guards and
So
et cetera.
probably your options are start doing some cool John Wick stuff where you're murdering people while tied to a chair. You don't really have the skill set for it, but with knowing exactly where they'll be, like you could slowly start iterating on versions where like maybe
Yeah. Oh, I expect this will take many iterations. And yeah.
Your other option is to try to like, which I think you'd already done some of, try to like learn to fall and break the chair essentially. But the problem is there you're kind of entangled in rope and pieces, and they're right there, and they can.
Yes.
They'd be at like huge bonuses to murder you if that's what they want to do. So.
Have you tried like trying to bribe your way out, or any of those guys, even halfway inclined to take money?
Hans did indeed bribe them, but it was a significant chunk of money, and he had it.
Yeah.
Given that they're specifically looking for money from Dirk, him saying, "Hey, I'll give you money if you let me go," is probably not gonna work.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Although maybe, I mean, if you're sly about it and you're just on one of them, there's a chance there. But certainly, like as a group, that won't work. But the one guy in the room with you, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, you guys need to plan any more tonight. All right. Around 10:30, you see a red glow coming from the wealthy district, and it looks like there's buildings on fire over there. And that doesn't normally happen.
Okay.
Do you care?
Did Hans set everything on fire? 10:30 is while we're still at the party?
No, this would be like just shortly after you get out, probably.
Okay.
and you're at the point where there's like an hour or less until the end.
Okay. This wouldn't be our responsibility to check out. My responsibility as a guard to check out, would it?
You're not on duty.
Okay.
I want to go check it out. Something interesting is happening.
All right.
Okay.
You head uptown. There's there's more and more people as you near it. There's bucket brigades forming. There's a naked guy in the middle of the street, covered in blood. Looks kind of like Hans, walking around laughing. Buildings all over on fire. And he's got like the severed head of a horse that he's carrying around. You have no idea why.
Okay.
He's like mimicking riding it. He's mimicking riding it sometimes. People are mostly ignoring him. He doesn't look like he's like trying to murder anyone. He just looks like a completely fucking crazy guy in the midst of the fire.
Okay. I'll go report back what's happening.
Hans is doing crazy shit, huh?
Hans is doing crazy shit.
He does
That's what
that.
it seems like.
Awesome.
And the fire is not even under control by the time that the consuming darkness comes, and you wake up in the morning. Griff, I'm unclear at this point what's happening with you when you wake up. Oh wait, hold on, my bad. Before that happens, I need to make a random roll. I have now introduced a chance, Adam, that something wakes you up on any given day early.
Oh yeah.
It certainly is not going to get to the point where it's a predictable, reproducible thing, but once in a while, there could be things. Then after that, Dirk, you wake up tied to a chair. What are you doing?
I'm trying to John Wick
Castor is in the room with you. He had just splashed. Actually, two guys are in the room with you initially because they had just splashed water in your face. They're asking you where the money is. You certainly have the impression. I don't know that we ever spelled it out. You have the impression they basically grabbed you at night the night before, probably smacked you in the head while you were sleeping, so you don't even really remember it. Dragged you off to this warehouse, and then they probably got tired of waiting for you to come to and started. They throw a bucket of water in your face. So you don't really know how long you were necessarily out, but. So you're trying to do what exactly?
John Wick attack him with my chair.
When one of them comes closer, you're gonna, because from this there's a few opportune times where like exactly one of them's gonna be close enough. Are you gonna like kick at him, or are you gonna like stand up and rush him while you're tied to the chair?
Right, stand up or rush him, or maybe I try and like spin around and back him into the wall using trying to knock into his gut with like the legs of the chair.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, you're not there yet, but you can certainly try. Dirk, let's see. Damn, you got a lot of talents. Do you have unarmed? Melee? Nope. Just straight up melee. Alright, give me a just give me a percentile roll and I'll interpret the results. What does that say, Rocco? Oh, you were playing Rocco last time. I gotta get you off his sheet.
I don't know why I thought I was on Dirk.
You are. That's fine. Yeah. You rolled a 20, so you were against a 33. I was giving you a minus 20. That's only a minus 1. You actually, so you have a mild success here. It's not enough that you're really going to be putting anyone down, but you catch them by surprise and you do at least a little damage. What? Just kind of give me a description of what you're doing that you think. Don't make it too John Wicky. You're not there yet, but
Yeah, so I would be I mean, it's hard for me to envision the room and where they're at, but
So yeah, you kind of got a wall behind you. There's a desk a little bit in front of you, but you're not like right up against it. So there's probably like there's not a lot to go on behind you. There's a wall back there. Then they're kind of on either side in front of you. They're taking turns, probably slapping you around a little bit. There's a desk, behind them that if you pushed one back, maybe one would fall into. Otherwise, it's mostly kind of an open room in the area you are.
Sure. So I would probably, I'm probably rushing one of them with like my shoulder into their stomach,
Yep.
and then just trying like to hopefully knock the wind out of the guy.
All right. So you through being through this so many times that this day, you know exactly when like one guy's turned away from you and the other guy's like kind of in a good position. You rock forward on the chair, get to your feet, and just start awkwardly barreling into the dude, who, caught by surprise, is indeed hit. You knock him backwards into the desk. What's your strength?
Not great.
That's not an answer.
Just a second. Uh, 31.
All right, so
that's
3.
strength,
So I'm going to say you do 4 damage. His tough, I mean, it's probably going to amount to 1, but yeah. So it does minimum damage of 1 because that's the most you can hope to do. But you basically knocked him off balance back into the desk. You're kind of up in a weird, awkward position. Not that you can use your arms or anything. And what is your initiative? That would be your I.
39.
All right, you are faster than them, so you get to go again. The other guy's turning around. Basically, he didn't get. Neither of them reacted to that because they were both surprised. But now, now we're in initiative time. There's the guy in front of you. Neither of them have a weapon in hand. They've been beating you up, essentially.
Yeah. Now I try and rush the other guy in the same manner.
Yeah, give me a melee roll. I don't know if you're looking at the in map, but I got you guys out near the well.
Yeah, I see.
Caster's the one you hit first.
Unarmed.
Yep. And there should be a minus in there, but I'll just give him a plus to defense and work it that way. Okay, well, this is going to go about how you would expect. Well, that was a real bad roll for him, but still better than you. You're just so slow and tied up in this thing that he just sort of skitters out of the way, and you kind of manage to keep yourself from ramming into the desk. But I could roll it out, but at this point, honestly, they probably just pummel the shit out of you until you're down on the ground. I mean, I don't know. The odds are so far against you, I don't think we have to roll that out right now. But you got 1 rep in this. Next time through, it might go a little better. Maybe not. I don't know. Overall, though, they beat you to unconsciousness, and you probably wake up sometime later today. We'll get to that when it happens. You certainly will have a lot more damage on you than you normally do. But they don't just pull out swords and stab you, because they want to know where their money is.
Yeah, they need me alive, so I've got that going for me. At least now. For now.
All right, then Griff, you wake up. And Bernard, tell me what's going on there.
I'll watch it again. I'm like, if you run, you'll never get an explanation.
I'm making sure my guns are loaded very quietly.
Yep. Sure.
Is there anyone else here? I mean, if I started on
there's lots of people here.
Yeah, there's guards everywhere here.
I tell him that we might want to go somewhere else so that this explanation doesn't. Not everyone needs this explanation.
Go to a secondary location.
You're gonna have to wait until my guns are ready.
I will give him all the time he wants.
That could take hours with his rules.
Yeah, it's true. I will give you all the time you want. I do have to go. How much time do I have before I have to retrieve the dagger?
You probably got a 20 to 30 minute window.
Let me do it.
Right. Well, you don't know. This is happening.
I've gone with you before. Oh, you're right.
Dang
it.
That's fine. It doesn't take him 20 minutes. Like 2 minutes later, you got your guns loaded. What are you doing?
But I want it, Eric.
I get that, but
he wants to start killing more cats. Here.
Every cat in town.
Please, I tell him, please bring your guns. We may need them this morning. And I tell him we're gonna head off. We got to retrieve something.
So on Griff's day where he died, you've gotten the dagger, you'd gone to the sewer, you'd gone to the party. Nothing special happened to the party.
Okay.
So that's all in his knowledge bank now, essentially.
Okay. I tell him we got to go get that dagger again, and if he groks that or not, I don't care as long as he's following me.
I mean, I'll go with, but like 10 feet behind.
Sure.
With a gun. What guns do you have? You said plural?
I have a blunderbuss and a pistol.
Okay. Which
one? I'm saving up for the blunderbuss right now.
Okay.
I'm saving up for 6 pistols though.
Yeah, sure.
But this time loop has affected that pretty dramatically.
You remember your pixie fairy that one time? I can't imagine anything could go wrong carrying a bunch of black powder weapons around. All right.
I get out there. I find the kid. I get the dagger from him.
Yeah, this is all real familiar, Griff. So unless you're interrupted any of that, though, he does indeed get the dagger.
Okay.
And it's probably like a word for word replay.
Yeah. And when the kid scoots off and we're alone in the alley, I tell him this dagger is causing us to relive this day over and over again.
Actually, hold up. Did you actually? I know you took Griff to the sewer, but did you take him to get the dagger every day normally?
That's the first thing I did every day. So yeah, he probably came with me every day.
That probably makes sense. Okay. And I assume you're armored up too, right, Griff?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if there was time, sure.
I mean,
sure.
That's up to you.
We had 20 minutes.
Okay, then yes.
Okay.
I tell him this dagger, and I show him the dagger. Is causing us to relive this day over and over, and you didn't know about it.
You got a pretty good view of that dagger as Bernard was stabbing you in the face with it that one time.
We had to get you involved in this loop.
So
and I'm sorry about that, but I did tell you I would explain.
So you can die over and over.
It appears so, but it also appears the day is getting shorter, so we're trying to figure out why.
I know where this is going.
Yeah, he's gonna kill me, and yeah. I'm pretty sure he's gonna try to shoot me right now.
So you're saying we can do whatever we want, and all it costs is screaming, blinding pain for 10 seconds at the end of the day.
That's going to end at some point. I would like to stop that, but for now, yes. You remember?
You know where Rudy is?
As a matter of fact. Today
you've got Rudy pretty well mapped out at this point. He'd be at the barracks right now.
He's got Dirk tied up, at a warehouse. So we have to keep an eye on him just to make sure we know what's going on. Why do you ask?
How long have you been doing this?
Oh, geez. What would you say, Derek? Probably about 20 iterations for me? Maybe more?
Sure. Why not?
I'd say probably about 20 times. It's not always been fun. I've died a couple of times in very gruesome ways. I've been to that party at least 15 times.
Yeah,
I
you're
do
getting a little
want to
sick of
go
the
to
food.
that party.
Because yeah, he went to the party last night. We yucked it up, had a great time. The party's going on again tonight.
Party never ends.
It's a West Coast party. West Coast parties don't stop.
All right.
What we normally do. You weren't with us yesterday, other than getting. Actually, he went through the entire day yesterday, didn't he? Or get the dagger.
Last 2 days he
I
hasn't
went
been
through
with us.
2 days without you.
Yeah.
That's right. But on the first day, you got the dagger, did the sewer, saved the apothecary.
Yeah, you guys did it without him yesterday.
Right, but we did it.
No, 2 days.
without you.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but he's got the memory of doing all that 3 days ago.
Yes.
So we still kind of want to go ahead and get those done again. So hey, if you want to go in now and rescue those hostages, we could do that. We might want to meet up with Trent and Rocco first, though.
Okay.
They probably just meet you at this point at the manhole cover, if this is your plan every day.
Yeah, this is pretty much the plan every day. So yeah, you guys walk up. I'm talking to to
Oh, you
Griff.
decided to stick around today, huh? Okay.
Probably has a gun trained on me. And yeah, go ahead. If you feel like keeping that gun on me or whatever, go ahead. But we're gonna head down in the sewers and save those people today again, and then go save the apothecary.
Okay.
You coming with?
Yeah, I'll watch.
Okay.
All right, Griff, do you do anything that would make the sewer thing not go smoothly?
No, we got to save the people.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I want to make sure. All right, so that goes off. Do you do anything that would change how the apothecary stuff goes?
I'm real sad I don't remember jumping out the window.
Someone
But, no.
remembers that. I'm not sure who that would be. Who's the first person you killed, Al? Was it
Me
Rocco or was it Bernard?
It was
the same night I killed
Trent
Trent
Bernard?
and Bernard.
and Bernard.
Okay.
Yeah, it
So
was Trent first.
Trent and Bernard would remember the window, like the
Yes.
original way that played out. Rocco would not, nor would Griff, obviously. Nor would Dirk, because he never saw it.
Yeah. After we get done saving her, we'll explain the couple of variations we did. You jumped out a window. You lived. It was amazing.
All right, so that all goes fine. Dirk comes back to consciousness probably around noon. Rudy's pissed off that he couldn't question you in the morning like he normally does. And they're like, well, you tried to escape, boss. And then, honestly, they go at you even harder now for the money, which all it does is really make you pass out again because you really can't take too much punishment right now. So, it's better and worse today for you. It's less boring, but more painful.
Right.
And honestly, at this point, probably what gets you most from those days is just being tied to that damn chair in the same position day after day after day after day. You got that itch on your nose and you can't scratch the damn thing.
Got that little cramp.
It's them beating you isn't so bad anymore. It's all the little shit throughout the day that you can't do anything about. You gotta piss, and eventually you just piss yourself. I mean, what are you gonna do? It's no good. All right. Anyway. So party time, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go. You know, get ready for the party, and then also blow $5 gold worth of brothel activities, probably.
It's just nice. All right. Uh, give me a percentile roll. What time of day is this probably happening, you think?
I mean, whenever we were done with saving
So
the
you
lady.
come out of the sewer, you got to get all cleaned up,
Yeah.
and then so probably lunch or okay.
So it's just a question of what brothel he's at, I guess.
Mhm. Hmm. You going to a higher end joint, or you just
I'm sorry. We would have informed him. I'm sorry.
Oh, would you have?
Yeah, we would have informed him that Hans is also in the loop, but he does not know we are.
It doesn't seem like you informed me of that at all.
Why don't you give me an intelligence roll for Bernard?
If he intends to go off on his own.
Oh,
If
that's fair. I'll give you an intelligence roll at plus 20.
You're gonna give me an intelligence roll?
Yeah, to remember to say that, before we're sitting here rolling for what could happen.
Oh, okay. All right. Intelligence, that's under character.
But also, are you just spending a lot of money in a low class place, or are you going to a high class place?
I mean, how many hours can I only need to cover the nicest place you can cover before the party with 5 gold and change.
Yeah, that's plenty of money for a higher end place.
Yeah.
He does.
One of those places Griff always wanted to go to but could never afford.
Bernard does warn you about Hans. I don't know how that translates into what you would do, but
right. Yeah, I'm just saying. If you happen to meet Hans, just I don't know, play dumb because he does not know that we are in the loop, but he is, and he's causing all kinds of problems.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Griff, give me a perception roll.
What's perception?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, you have a good time.
Huzzah!
And then party time.
Sounds good.
Party.
And then and I want to be. I guess if I have money left over, I would want to be in the swankiest clothes I can afford with what's left.
I have no idea what money you have, but sure. I mean,
5 gold minus brothel.
Yeah, you can get some swanky clothes. That's fine. Probably can't get a bunch of swanky jewelry to go with it or anything, but you can get like a nice silk something or other. I mean, a gold's a lot of money, so
yeah,
that for one day at a brothel would be like a good amount of money. All right, party
and a very fancy hat.
Party happens. I don't know if anything's. Let me know if anything changes, but otherwise, party happens. Nighttime comes.
Yep. The other party being a dick.
Dirk, give me a.
No, he asked you a question.
Oh. Is the other adventuring party? Are they being assholes?
No more than the first time you did this.
Okay.
Honestly, they really mostly weren't during the party.
It's not my recollection, but okay.
I don't remember them being.
Especially Carlos.
Okay, I know for sure Carlos wasn't. Al, give me a athletics test. All right. This time when the explosion happens, and you take a little bit damage from it, you pass out. Just because you're already so wounded.
Sure. Yeah. Makes sense.
And you gain consciousness, but it's like 40 minutes later, and there's people milling about They seem to be hauling out like goods and stuff. And there's a lot of smoke in here because the building was like, partially on fire from the explosion. Made it smoky and hard to see. Maybe 40, it's probably not 40 minutes. I guess you really wouldn't know how long it was, but you passed out longer than normally you're out, right?
Yeah.
I guess it couldn't have been that long because the building is still on fire. Not exactly where you are, but definitely these people, you think the ones who blew it up are grabbing what they can. No one seems to have noticed you. They probably thought you were dead. I mean, you looked awful even before the explosion. I don't know what you want to do. Stealth out, just die, attack them. You tell me.
I mean, I want to try and get the dagger if it's. Oh no, wait. Now
you have not seen the
you have not
dagger
seen
on
the
Rudy
dagger
for a good long
I was
while.
getting the dagger. Yeah, so I would try and sneak out.
Okay, give me a stealth roll.
Like I wouldn't in this condition I wouldn't try and fight anybody.
Yeah, give me a stealth check. So the people don't see you, but some dogs that are with them, you might recall, do and start barking and chasing after
gosh,
you.
should all be dead.
No, wild stray dogs should be dead.
Mm.
We will redouble our efforts.
So there are two very aggressive dogs as you're kind of trying to sneak out of the building that start charging at you. How do you want to deal with that? You could try to run for it. You could try to fight them. Maybe try to climb. I don't know. Like fighting, you're probably going to die. You're at effectively like a hit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just give up this day.
Fuck it. You just put your arms out and let the dog go for the jugular. Get it over quick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They don't actually. They go for the legs and they take you down, and it hurts, and you're bleeding. And eventually, some people come, a couple rounds later to check it out. But by then, your consciousness, you're just all fading to black as you see some people coming to check out what the dogs are barking. And that's the last thing you remember for that day. So tomorrow, you'll wake up tied to a chair.
Right on.
Whether you died or just were unconscious the rest of the day, who knows? All right, the rest of you. Party over, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Anything happening that night?
Only if Rudy's at the barracks, but I don't know what his shift is today.
There was an explosion that happened, and it appears that Rudy died in it. You probably find out shortly before darkness devours you if you're hanging out.
Oh
at the barracks
man!
Well,
Okay.
I'm going to try to share as much as I can with you. I mean, that's Rudy's warehouse. That's where he was holding Dirk.
You killed him a few times, right in his own house. It was great.
I mean, yeah, you killed him. You split his skull standing in the living room of his own home.
Where does he live?
Oh, yeah. We'll show you. We might need to go back over there at some point. I don't know. I think we pretty much got everything we can from him, though.
So you show him where Rudy lives, so he has it for future knowledge.
Sure.
I wasn't sure if that's we'll show you as in we go show you, or we'll show you as I'm blowing you off and hoping you forget about this.
No. I'll tell him that. I'll. Is it like on the way back from the party? Could we swing by?
Really. I mean, it's nothing's that like the area you guys are set up in to sleep. You're not that far away from anything, slopes wise. So
I'll show him that. Yeah. This is where Rudy lives. He's rarely home. We pretty much had to track him, and we know where he is nowadays at most times. So we're trying to figure out what we're trying to do is figure out how to wake up earlier, and if we need to bring somebody else into the loop with us to help us out. We thought you might be able to be awake earlier than the rest of us, but it wasn't the case.
Yeah, that sounds real interesting.
Just want to know where Rudy lives.
Doing anything before the all-consuming darkness eats you?
I mean, if I really don't like it, I guess I could do the Rocco thing. It seems like I really don't like it.
Well,
I mean,
you know from your research that if you commit suicide, you go to hell, right?
That's true. But
and
Rocco
here,
seemed
and
bad.
here Rocco is with you.
Well,
Yeah.
that might just be until we get out of the day. You never know. Rocco might be sabotaging us just so he'll, never go to hell.
All right. Sounds like that's the day. Adam, roll me a D100.
Okay.
Nope. Today's not the day of cat weeks.
Come on, kitties.
Is the ninja? Is the cat gonna be ready, or is Al gonna be a super chair ninja? What's gonna happen first?
Yeah, so Dirk, you wake up at 4 a.m. Are you going to give this another shot?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, are you changing anything, or are you just like trying to work on that second attack? You know what I mean? Like you're like,
Yeah,
all right,
no.
I've learned how to land this first one. It wasn't real great, but it, knocked him off balance.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the second one, I wouldn't change anything yet. Seeing if I can refine it, make it better.
All right. So this time, instead of 1 damage, you do 3 damage to caster on that first attack because you've perfected it.
Technique.
You're not sure you're going to get that exact move any better than you are now, though. Give me a roll as you're attacking Galbraith. Just the southernmore of the two. Let's see. You have weapon skill, so I was going to give you a plus 20 this time. That said, that is still a failure. So, I mean, you as he stepped out of the way this time, you kind of clipped him with the edge of the chair. It didn't help you at all. They beat you down, but man, it was closer.
All right.
Anyway, so that you're beat up, and then morning comes, and is anything? I don't know. What are you guys doing? Because it sounds like we're just going through the same motions at this point.
Today, I am going to like any gambling houses and trying to figure out, especially if there was like dog races or something like that. That would be great, but I doubt there is.
There are definitely things like cockfights. There's probably actual like boxers. Not fighting to the death, but essentially people fighting for money. I'm sure you know of places like that.
Are you skipping out the rest of the day?
Streetwise a skill?
Not really.
Yeah. Oh, it's probably like lore area, which I don't know. Whatever. You've had time on the watch. You know some places. So sure, you can. You're figuring out what the winners are.
Yeah, or particularly if there's the worst odds winners for the best potential returns.
You want to figure out the best moneymakers.
And then I don't know, like if there's any like roulette or something, that would be great. But I don't know if that would be the same every day or not.
Man, that would be real. You'd have to be uninvolved.
Yeah.
In the timing, that'd be weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you make a case for something you can think of, I'll listen. But otherwise, races and stuff like that. Cockfights.
Yeah, that seemed easier.
You can find best odds one, but I don't think you're in the circles where anyone's betting like 10 gold on a thing. You know what I mean?
Well, I only have 5 gold to bet.
Sure. Okay, you spend some time doing that. I guess the rest of the party goes to the sewer again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Going through the same motions. Party time comes. Griff, you going to the party? Free food? You going to the brothel?
Yeah. I mean, no, it depends how well gamble. I gotta maximize gambling before my party fixes this thing.
Sure. Give me a gamble roll. Oh, you got 2 whole points in gamble.
I don't know that I need that. This is less of a gambling.
No, this is me getting a sense for how quickly you're picking the bet. All right, yeah, it takes you most of the day, or most of your free time during the day, at least till the party. So yeah, you probably don't hit the brothel today. All right, party time comes. Same shit as always. Nighttime comes. Dirk doesn't show up probably. Well, I don't know, Dirk. You come to consciousness. You know
Yeah,
what?
I
You
mean,
know
I'm
where
trying to escape a
you know where the
different
dogs
one,
are this time. Give me another stealth roll, plus 20.
All right, let's do it.
Of course, this is a little later than usual, but not a ton later. Awesome. This time you know where the dogs were. You kind of wait an extra minute. They seem to get busy chewing on, I don't know, somebody's body a minute later, and then you make your move then, and off you go. So you guys all reconvene at, I don't know, 10:30ish at the spotted pig. Not a lot got accomplished today, probably.
Yeah.
Anyway. Other than Griff, who feels good about his gambling odds. You feel like you could double your money tomorrow. It would take multiple bets because it's hard to gamble enough all in one place. But you could double, maybe even triple your money over the course of the day, or over the course of, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours. You go here to these cockfights, and then you go bet on these two guys, gambling, and then, I don't know, maybe there's a card game at this one end, and you're just kind of side betting on who's going to win some stuff with people. Stuff like that.
Nice.
Okay.
Anyway. I guess Dirk wakes up tied to a chair again. Adam, give me a percentile roll.
Cat roll.
Cat roll. Holy shit. So, you are awakened earlier than usual. Although before this happens, Dirk, you doing your move again?
Yeah.
Yeah, just give me a percentile roll. I'll see if we even need to go further then. Oh, that was a good one. All right, yeah. So you catch the first guy, you knock him, kind of like back onto the desk. You swivel, and I don't know, this time you do like a reverse chair leg rush into the guy. So you're like backing up into the second guy. And you kind of have him pinned to the desk, and now you're facing the first guy who's getting back up. And now what do you do?
I want to try and run into him, but like chair first.
Okay, that's difficult, but sure. Give me a roll. Unfortunately, he just sort of reaches out, grabs you, knocks you over, since you have very poor balance at that point, and then they kick the shit out of you. Probably a little too hard. You don't actually ever wake up again that day.
Oh boy. Okay.
All right. Adam, though.
Yeah.
You wake up because you hear someone yelling out in the... You don't hear the cat. That never wakes you up. But someone in a room next to you says, "Someone shut that fucking cat up!" And then you hear the cat yelling. Trent, you can give me a roll too. You're probably a little farther away, but give me like a perception roll. Maybe you wake up too. I don't know that you guys have clocks to know exactly when this is, but this is certainly earlier than you normally wake up. Trent's still asleep. Yeah. Sun hasn't come up yet, though. It's pretty early. There you are.
I get dressed. Actually, I run to Trent's door and say,
Yeah.
"Get up, Trent.
All right. He's awake.
We got business to do." Start getting dressed. And then
Okay.
we're going to head to the barracks, I guess.
All right. You guys get to the barracks, and you can wake up Bernard and...
What did you do with the cat?
You didn't even see the cat when he went out.
He didn't shut him up, that's for sure.
So you were unable to incentivize that behavior further.
Well, I thought of that, but...
So,
could get the
so it
yelling
wasn't just the
scared
guy
away.
yelling. The dude actually like opened his door and chucked something at the cat, and it was mostly the combination of the yelling and the shit hitting near your door that woke you up.
Yeah.
It's one of your like you know which neighbor it was. He's a grumpy ass dude.
If there are
Chances
any cats,
chances are he was partially awake at least when this happened though. So
if there are any cats still in the like outside the door, I'm gonna show them some love. Give
oh,
'em
right
some
now,
food.
no, right now,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
not after that happened.
Okay. Then yeah, let's go to the barracks.
All right, everybody's awake except Dirk.
Okay. I don't know what to do. Dave, lead the way. That's where my plan ends.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to. Do we want to go get Dirk? Can we tell roughly what time it is? You said it's before sunrise.
Yeah, you're guessing. I don't know, 5 a.m. maybe a little earlier.
Okay. Do we want to get Dirk, or do we want to go straight into the sewers without him?
No, let's just go. It's gonna take a while to get Dirk, right?
Let's not be too hasty.
I don't know that it'll take that long to get Dirk.
Okay,
I
let's
mean-
get Dirk.
Okay.
I don't want to waste our advantage.
All right. We go looking for Dirk.
Okay.
We go to the warehouse. They did they have any kind of guards or anything?
They do, although you've never been here this early, so
Yeah.
you're not sure what that situation is.
Hey, time out, Derek.
Yeah.
When we were leaving the inn,
Yeah.
did I see anybody that was awake as I was getting ready and leaving? Anyone that looked like they were up and about already?
You're looking for other people that may.
You mean that
y-
weren't woken up by the cat like you were? How would you know?
Yeah, you actually hear someone in the kitchen preparing stuff, like baking and whatnot. Like they're up early to get ready for morning.
Make a mental
meals.
note of that.
All right, it's probably like one, whoever the hell the cook is for this place.
Yeah. Okay. Continue
And
on.
they look very sleepy, like they probably just got up and are doing their shit. All right. Yeah. All right. So you're outside the warehouse. It's very dark outside. It's very dark in there from what you can see.
Do we want to hide? Hey, Griff, why don't you ask these guys? I rehashed that entire plan of where he says we have to move the prisoner.
So I am not gonna have it go the way it always did because that was a
that
different
doesn't-
Griff.
That
That said,
doesn't
you
seem
can
like
still
that
try.
would work at all.
You can still try it again, but it is not a. It's not a gimme like it used to be.
Let's
Have
just shoot them
anybody
all, and if it
interact?
doesn't work, we can shoot them tomorrow.
Well, we don't normally get up this early. This might be our one chance. All right. I knock on the door. I tell everybody get ready.
All right, Bernard's in front. What are you guys doing to get ready? I'll just go
Done.
around. Trent, Trent, what are you doing to get ready?
Getting out of sight.
All right, you're around the door. Rocco, what are you doing to get ready?
Making sure my guns are loaded.
Okay, and ready, like they're out or one of them's
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Yep.
And Bernard, what do you got going on? You guys should check on your sheets, make sure your stuff's loaded.
Yeah, my weapon's on my back right now. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have it drawn or anything.
You're knocking on the door and
Yeah.
just knocking and waiting for them to open it.
Yeah.
All right. Sleepy McGillicuddy opens the door. It looks like you maybe had caught him napping in there. And you hear him saying, Rudy, you're here early. And he looks up and he sees you standing there. He's like, what the? He seems very surprised. This was not what he was expecting. And he's starting to reach for a weapon.
Okay. He's reaching for a weapon.
Mm-hmm. I mean, his
I
hand goes down to like the scabbard, basically.
Okay. Then I grab the front of his shirt and try to pull him out of the building. Just kind of like throw him.
Yeah, give me
Out of the building.
give me an unarmed roll against him.
You want a brawling roll? I actually
Yeah,
have brawling.
Yeah, you get a +20.
Okay. Skills. Melee, brawling, plus 20.
Yep. Yeah, you reach in and grab him. As you start hauling him out, he like tries to hold the door to not go out and to even shut you out, but you pull him right through because he's kind of off balance and surprised and is half asleep.
Okay.
You yank him out. The door is open behind him. You don't see anyone there behind him, but it is also very dark in there. It looks like there was like a lantern sitting maybe here,
Okay.
or probably hanging on the wall actually, and it was pretty dim and low. So yeah, you pull him out in the street, and now I guess it's just kind of general initiative for you guys. He looks like he has a higher initiative than any of you, so he will try to get his weapon. Oh shit, that's a lot of people, man. Let me give him a cool check. That's real close. Let me give him an intelligence check next. Well, he only barely missed his cool, and he made his intelligence test, so rather than turn and run or foolishly fight, realizing he's completely fucking outnumbered, seeing guys with guns and all that, he's like, whoa, whoa, man, whoa, whoa, puts his hands up, and obviously is trying to surrender to you, effectively.
All right. I'll get in his face and say, how many more are in the building? As I take the weapon out of his scabbard and kind of toss it over.
Give me an intimidate and give me an intuition.
Intimidate. Do I have any bonus because he's probably got a gun to his head at this point?
I'll just eyeball it. Yeah, now give me an intuition.
An intuition? All right. Oh my goodness.
Castor and Sigric, man, they're in there too. You have no idea if he's lying or not, though.
Are they guarding doors or beating up on Dirk?
I don't. I think they beat him. I don't know. I heard some scuffle in there earlier, but I didn't check. Like they said, it was fine.
Do we all want to go in, or should we leave somebody out here to watch this guy? Maybe we could just shoot him.
No, man, I swear. I won't tell anyone.
What time did you get up today?
I've been up for hours.
Okay.
Apparently not. But all right. Do we want to leave him here? Let's go get Dirk. We don't have anything to tie him up with, no manacles or anything like that.
I think so. You tell me.
All right.
While you guys are standing here having this conversation, you do not see anyone else appear through the open doorway.
All right. I tell Rocco to keep a gun on him, and then I turn and go inside.
Cool.
And we know where they're keeping Dirk, right?
Yeah, you've rescued him before. You know where he's at.
Okay.
He'd be
all right. Then I head that way.
All right, everybody but Rocco. Is Rocco going into out for the moment? Since Adam's not in his chair, I'll assume he's keeping a gun on the guy. Griffin, Trent, you both going in?
Sure.
All right. Bernard, the door is closed. You hear some soft talking in there, but you can't really make it out.
I'll knock on the door.
Okay.
The intention is to try to get people to come towards the door so I don't have to rush across the room.
Yeah. Sure. Let me give them, I don't know, maybe like an intuition check to see if they just get that funny vibe. Oh, they sure don't. I rolled a 97. Yeah, Gelbert, sorry, it's supposed to be Gelbrecht there. You know it matters that I get the right thug name. Totally changes the notice voice. Galbraith opens the door.
All right. He's got a weapon in his
He's like,
face
"What
right
is
now.
it, McGillicuddy?" And
He's got a
obviously
weapon in
you're
his
not.
face. Probably a pistol or two over my shoulder at him.
Yeah, he is definitely surprised. So you get a round of doing whatever you want it to be, whether it's talking or hitting or.
I grab him. I grab him in kind of a grapple in front of his shirt, and I push him back into the room and kind of make our way into the room.
Same thing, but a push instead of a pull. All right, give me a
Yeah.
brawl. Target him this time. Do a brawl at plus
okay.
20.
All right.
Actually, I guess it doesn't matter if you target him since it's not opposed this time because he's surprised.
Oh my goodness. I'll use a fortune on
Yeah, you can do that. Okay,
All
that
right.
was way better. You give him such a good shove, actually, with that roll that he stumbles back into the desk, kind of trips and falls over and ends up prone, like on it, like not like down on the ground, but you know what I mean, like sprawled backwards onto the desk.
Right. My intention was to rush the room, basically. Hopefully everybody else came in with me.
Yeah, you can move into. Obviously, Caster's surprised.
I was hiding around the corner.
Oh, my bad. Trent, you want to follow Bernard in or no?
Yeah.
All right, you can take some sort of action if you want. There's the one guy kind of prone on the desk, and then there's Caster who's standing there with a dumb fucking look on his face. So I don't know what you want to do, but you guys do see Dirk. His chair is tipped over. His face is like bruised. Well, I don't know how bruised or swollen it would be yet. It hasn't been that long. He's definitely unconscious and looks like he's in real bad shape.
I mean, he may be on the desk, but he's still getting hit, so.
Well, I put prone on him, so that's a plus 20 to hit. He does finally get a dodge, though. He's no longer surprised. That's probably gonna do it. Let's see what his dodge is. Oh, he gets a minus 20 because he's prone, so yeah. 54 versus 10. You bring your Warhammer down on his leg. He screams in pain as there's no crit actually here, but for flavor, as his kneecap shatters.
Yeah.
He's technically got a hit point left, but he's not going to be fighting you. He's just like, he probably like rolls off the desk onto the floor, clutching his leg and just, whimpering and crying. And Rocco, you're outside. We assumed you were keeping a gun on this guy. You were away. Is that fair?
I can do that. Yep,
All
that
right.
sounds good.
The guy hears the scream, is like, "Oh, holy hell, man!" But he doesn't, do anything.
Don't worry about it.
Bernard, you'd already gone. Griff, were you doing anything?
No.
All right. So Caster is no longer surprised. What does he do? Fuck. He loses his shit, but he doesn't really see a way to run out, so he grabs his weapon and with a panicked cry swings at you, Dave. Oh, you got a crit. But you have armor, so I mean you can take off a point on your body and you can soak that crit.
Body.
Yep, and then after that, defend.
Body.
Also, make sure you repair your armor on any given new day.
Kills.
Oh, and Andrew, you get your resolve back. I was doing that daily for right now.
Okay.
Normally that wouldn't be how it'd be, but for the loops, I'm going to do it like that. Yeah, you block his blow.
Oh, yeah, I blocked.
Rocco, I assume you're not you're not doing anything special, right? I'll just skip over you until otherwise. All right, Bernard, you're up.
At this point, I'll just tell him to stand down unless you want to die.
Yeah.
So,
give me an intimidate.
Okay.
I mean, you don't need to add a bonus. I'll eyeball it, but it'll probably work.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, he was already at a minus a lot, so let me see here. Nope. Probably, although it depends what Trent does. Trent, what are you doing?
Is the other guy trying to grab a weapon or anything?
Oh no, the guy's just rolling around on the ground.
I'm just keeping guard over him to make sure he doesn't do anything
Yeah,
stupid.
Griff, you coming in?
Nope.
All right. In that case, yeah, the guy surrenders if no one's actively trying to kill him at the moment.
All right.
Yeah, he'd pull out a weapon. He'd done a swing at you, failed, and
All right. I'll tell him to go stand over by the other guy, and then while I guard them,
it's like
Trent,
we were just doing what Rudy told us. We had to, you know how Rudy is. He would have gotten us killed.
Yeah, I'll tell Casper to go stand by Galbraith, and Trent, you can go get
Galbraith's
Dirk
on the
out.
floor, but sure, yeah.
Yeah. I just want them together so one of us can guard him and the other one can go get
Yeah,
Trent.
no problem.
Or, sorry, go get Dirk.
Galbraith's just totally out of it. Like, he's barely aware of what's going on due to the pain. And the other guy is scared as hell of Trent after seeing just Trent come into the room like the fucking Terminator and, break the dude's leg with a massive Warhammer. Dirk's not conscious. Griff, are you like in the doorway now so you can see?
Well,
Or are you still outside?
I'm still a surprise.
Okay. And you're kind of keeping watch on the rest
I don't
of the
think it's going to
warehouse?
matter. Yeah.
Okay. I had actually forgotten I had this guy on the map up here. I'm just going to say he's not there because McGillicuddy was not lying to you. Or at least he wasn't supposed to be lying to you. I just missed a guy on the map, so whatever.
Okay.
Apparently Hempel up there had stepped out briefly to go get some breakfast or something. Anyway.
Want to get Dirk up, see if we can get him recovered some.
Yeah, you're going to need some sort of heal check to get him. He's
All right.
effectively 0 hit points, but stable.
Well, I'm not a person with heal, so I tell while I'm guarding these two, I tell Griff to go get Rocco and the other guy and bring that other guy in here.
Yeah, okay. Assuming
Get 'em all
they do.
healed.
Assuming Rocco's okay with that.
Yeah.
All right. You're all in there. I guess assuming Griff's okay with that too.
All right.
Trent, you want to heal Dirk? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Why don't we get one of these guys on board?
Well,
Yeah, man, we'll be on board with what? I don't know, but just don't kill us.
How
Oh, nice roll. So, Dirk, you're conscious now, or at least you know you're coming to consciousness.
Right on.
You are at 6 wounds.
because Griff suggested it, I'll probably go around and ask all these guys, how did you start your day? Did Rudy come to you this morning and tell you to guard this place? Or have you been here all night?
So if they answer one by one, McGillicuddy is kind of on night shift here. And you can tell he's supposed to be awake, but he probably dozes now and then. Castor and Galbraith were both specifically here because they had been the ones who grabbed Dirk and brought him in, and were, they're waiting for Rudy to come question him about the money. They grabbed him on Rudy's orders, but also they got started a little bit early on their own because they'd look good to Rudy if they could get the money before he even showed up. But Dirk didn't know anything about it every single day, so they never got anywhere, and they gave up pretty quick. They let Rudy do most of the real beating on him. Today was an exception because Dirk here, rushed them and actually did a little damage to both of them. They're like mildly banged up, not real bad, but 3 hit points on one, 1 on the other.
So you captured Dirk last night? And you've had him here the whole time?
Yeah. Yeah, your impression based on what they're saying is they've probably been up for hours. They probably haven't gone to sleep.
Yeah.
In fact, they They seem to be waiting for other people to show up who will let them get a chance to rest.
Sure. God, would the day reset affect those guys or not?
And in fact, with
I
the
have no
massive failure the one dude had when he was trying to stay cool, he just starts blabbing. He's like, "Oh yeah, Hagar's gonna be here, and Sigric and Hempel's gonna be back soon, man. But Hagar and Sid, like, they'll be here in like another hour or two, and then, yeah." And Rudy's gonna come later. I don't know when. Like, he said sometime after the patrols start in the morning. Yeah, man. This is all Rudy's idea, though. You should take it out on him. In fact, we should kill him. Then we can all be free of him. You don't need an intuition roll to know that they probably would be okay with that, but also, like, these guys. They liked the money they were getting for it.
Rudy doesn't have followers. He has mercenaries.
Yeah. They're loyal to him until there's a reason not to be.
Sure.
And you're sure they would enjoy their cuts of the profit from this, but at the same time, like, probably realistically, they're a little afraid of Rudy.
Okay. Well, I kind of look at Griff and I'm like, if you had to pick one of these to join us, which one would it be?
I mean, which one do I like the most?
I don't know. That's up to you. McGillicuddy's the guy who was on guard duty that you pulled out the door.
I
guess.
I guess the broken guy is probably the best bet to keep in line. Although we need, if it's just one guy, he needs to be able to take out the other two. So maybe McGillicuddy is no good for that.
Yeah. I don't know if it influences anything. McGillicuddy, you don't know a lot about him. Galbraith, is a bit of a drunk and kind of mean. Castor, definitely you're not surprised he's in on all this, but you do know he's got a family. And from what he's saying here, like, oh, I need the money to support my, like, he's saying he's doing it all for his family, which is probably partially bullshit, but also probably partially true. Like,
and then
if he was single, he'd probably still be doing it. But
sure, but Griff can kill his family, and it's a good threat.
Yeah, I mean, if you like killing women and kids, yeah, sure.
As long as it's not Skippy.
Eugene, sir. All right, anyway, it's been about 30 minutes since you guys woke up. You got together. You came down here, like, you had to get the armor on. You came straight here. This whole thing took just a couple minutes.
All right.
But if you're in a rush to go anywhere, like, obviously the clock's ticking. So it's up to you if you want to figure out stuff with these guys now or do that at a different date. I don't know. But the time you spend talking here is, potentially wasting your time.
Yeah, we need to get going if we want to see about this ritual.
Okay.
So, just leave these guys here and get Dirk up and running.
Yeah, Trent was getting them up while you were talking to these guys.
Okay.
And Dirk's conscious now.
Cool.
He's at half health, but
All right.
Yeah, man. No, we won't even tell Rudy who did this. You're pretty sure they're lying about that because, like, they're gonna have to say something happened. But whatever. I don't think you care. Time loop. So, you guys leaving? Are you killing these guys? You just leaving them? What's the?
I really don't care what happens to these guys right now.
Just
I
leave 'em.
mean, what if we're successful?
The problem is that the ritual got interrupted by Skaven. I don't know, or at least the Skaven were there at the same time the ritual was. I don't think us showing up is going to completely stop this ritual at this point. I don't know how we're gonna fight both groups if both groups are there.
Fair enough.
We
All
try
right.
it.
You're leaving and these guys are alive? Is that what I'm hearing?
Sure.
Okay. You guys headed to the upper town area with the manhole that goes to the nearest sewer. At this point, that's probably like another 20 minutes. It's the sun's not up yet, but you are starting to see that faint light in the sky,
Okay.
like the pre-dawn. And I assume you go down to the sewer.
Yes.
Interesting. Yeah, I think about this timing. Check my notes.
I think we should put this off for a few days. Maybe a week.
You're not the one tied up to a chair.
I mean, we could have fixed that right then, and I guess didn't really seem to want to.
What?
We have no reason to believe that they'll honor what they say.
Well, you just have to press the right pressure points.
Threaten their families.
I mean, to save the world, that's got to be okay, right? Right, Sigmar?
Yeah. Very Sigmar.
Ray Sigmar.
Not so much on that one, but
Did it get dark again? Except for around Dave's light.
Looks okay.
All right. Let me put a few lights on here because there's some shit going down.
We know the exact path to take, so we're not gonna. Hopefully, not run into too many things.
Yeah, I got to figure out where everybody is, and I don't know that I remember what the numbers are because they're not all dead this time. All right. Need some random dude. Yeah, let's do that. That'll work. I'm dropping some stuff on them. I got to figure out where people are so that as you explore, it actually works. I will say this. It's not going to be great odds. So, if you're like, oh, pure combat didn't work, that might just be what it is.
You just get Hans and have him kill everything.
Probably work, honestly. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3. Okay. Looks good. Okay, you got all the dead people on here too. feel like none of these guys would be anywhere else. All right. I think we're good. You may continue. You do indeed see light coming from that door to the right that in other iterations of the loop later on, there have been 2 cultists and 3 warriors in. So certainly the lights are on in there. Wait, let me make sure the light's right in some of these other places, because these guys would not be able to just walk around in the dark. Okay, that's fine. That'll work. All right, back to you guys. You're moving on update, Bernard. Who's in front? I don't know if I moved. Get your side guys in some sort of marching order.
Okay.
And then I'm not going to take the fatigue off you, Dirk, because I don't think you've had time to like sit and rest. People are moving pretty quick.
That's okay. I mean, since I'm much lower health, I'm probably gonna be less, gung ho on trying to murder.
The real question is, does Adam have 5 blunderbusses?
He does not.
Just the one pistol.
Shop wasn't open that early.
All right, Griff, give me a stealth roll.
I'm very stealthy, and you know that. I'm gonna roll urban stealth because we're in a city.
Sewers are urban. I don't think sewer stealth is a roll. Yeah, you're great. Everybody else has been up down this path enough now that they remember. This is only your second time, but yeah, nothing comes out of this door down here. Apparently, you guys don't make much noise. You are in your big heavy armor, which is awkward, but for what it is, you're pretty quiet. I'm gonna move you guys ahead a little bit because you're moving to where the ritual is, right?
Yes.
All right. So, oh shit. I really wish there was a way to do this better. You guys will probably have to fix your marching order. Right now, I only have Bernard with light. I don't know if any of the rest of you are carrying a light.
That was without my armor equipped because I took it off so they could kill me. So I would have failed by 1.
Okay, that'd still be fine in this case. It's minus 20? Jeez.
It appeared to be.
I guess it is full plate, so that's not totally surprising. Did anyone have light besides Bernard?
Usually I outfit Griff with one.
Okay.
I guess it's up to him if he's actually carrying it.
You guys hear a lot of chanting from the, up where the loud chanting coming from up there. You can see light kind of reflecting around the corner up there, up this way. I will say one thing you're probably aware of is that if you do break the ritual, you will then be probably stuck with whatever the consequences are after that happens. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They were like, let's just break the ritual, and then who cares what happens? You might care what happens after that, but... So...
Time to make a new character.
Time to make a new character. Bernard.
Yep. Which way did you say it was? I'm sorry.
Sorry, it's off to the north.
Okay.
I'll put a little tiny light up there for the reflection that's happening. Boop.
I'll head up that way.
All right, are you trying to be stealthy or?
Yeah, I've got a hood on my lantern, so I'm trying to just be
all right.
stealthy.
I will say, let's see. Are you guys staying close together, or are you spaced out a bit?
Not a ton, since there's only really the one light currently, unless Griff is carrying one.
I don't think so. I think I need both my hands on my blunderbuss.
Okay.
It's really easy to put the light down.
Then give me a bunch of stealth rolls, I guess. I was going to say, if anyone's hanging back, I probably don't care about your stealth roll right now, but you're all probably pretty close together. Oh, pretty good. Except for Dirk, but, you know.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, Griff. That's rough. That's rough.
I don't have any fortune points.
All right. Dirk, get yourselves in the marching order again. I don't know if you're actually on separate sides or what, but if you are, that's fine. I'm not sure if this is intentional or just people.
We knew it was take this corner and come back down, right?
Here, I will.
Yeah, which means we were probably all on this side.
Yeah, it's take the corner and come back down. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Right now it goes Bernard, Rocco. I don't know. Make sure you're in the order you want to be. It's just Griff in the rear.
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. In the rear, in the dark. Nope, not quite in the dark. All right. Bernard, I'm just going to move to where you are when stuff starts happening.
Okay.
You get up around the corner. I'm going to move you up one by one. Oh, Jesus. And Dirk was second to last, like that, right? You're peeking around the corner, I'm sure, Bernard. You're not.
Yeah. Yep.
Give me another stealth roll because someone heard something and they're turning to look.
Okay.
At this point, you do see light ahead. Do you still have your lantern on, or are you shuttering yours?
I'm shuttering.
Light? All right.
Jesus. That's never going to do it, so I'm not rerolling.
Okay. I mean, there's a difference between -6 and like -2 for what it's worth, but.
Let's see. I've only got 2 more fortune points, so probably not.
All right, fair enough. Let me see how they do. Oh, they were at a -4, but you were at a -6, so. Yeah, the guy. I mean, you don't know why he turned and happened to be looking, but this guy right here, as you peek around the corner, happens to see you. And then give me a perception check, and I'll try to give you a good description of what's going on based on what you roll. Yeah. So that was good enough. This is kind of the guy that you recognize as being the scary caster dude who like opened a hole in the ground.
Right.
This guy is a particularly big. He doesn't look exactly like that image, but I just wanted to signify he was bigger than the rest. That is a big hulking warrior-looking dude. He's a lot like the other guys, but he's a lot more muscular. His sword looks a little fancier. And then back here, you see these are kind of like the warriors you fought before. As I had said, you know, we're retconning a little bit. I have toned down their stats. In fact, I'll tell you how I toned them down because you have indeed fought them, and through the retcon, you would know what this is. I dropped 15 points off their melee. They're still good. They're still better than some of you.
Oh, yeah.
But they're a 50 instead of a 65. I dropped their strength by a point. I dropped their toughness by a point. I dropped off the talent that prevents them from being outnumbered. And did I get rid of something else? I meant to get rid of Strike Mighty Blow, but I didn't. I got to get rid of that too. 1 second. 4, 5. Let me fix that. They're not hitting quite as well. They're doing less damage. They have less health. That's what it amounts to. Some of their other incidental stats are down a bit too, but for the most part, you're not gonna notice a difference.
Okay.
Certainly, though, they are not pushovers even then. And it, you know, in a numbers game here, this is looking real bad for you. So you see, these are two kind of the normal warrior guys here. You see another one over here. Bad cultists. That's funny. A number of like the guys who never managed to successfully cast spells. are watching the ritual. Everyone has their back to you except the one guy who happened to turn. I think they were positioned like this originally, who happened to turn and look and see you. You see 7 people kind of in a circle around the sacrificial victim who you'd seen before. The dagger is literally in that person's chest right now. And 5 of these people are dead. Like 5 of them are just like, well, you assume they're dead. They're collapsed on the floor.
All right. So they've already done the sacrifice.
That is
Just
what's.
waiting.
You are pretty sure from what you've read in the book that the loop starts at the moment of the sacrifice. So you will never get here before they've done the sacrifice.
Unless we don't go get Dirk.
No. Like, the loop starts at the moment the person's impaled. So you will never be here before the person's impaled, because that is what the loop start
Maybe
is.
if we learn some magic, you don't know.
Then there is somewhere between 1 to 2 hours of chanting, you're guessing, as they complete the ritual. But the loop starts before the ritual's complete. But based on the fact that 5 of them are already dead, like, they're a good ways through this ritual. You got here before it finished, but not by a lot.
Okay. Well,
You're guessing there was maybe 15 minutes left based on your, like, reading of the book. And
do we think we can interfere with it and mess it up?
I mean, I don't know. That's up to you. So, okay, sure. So you had that book. You guys were reading it. In fact, I remember Trent and Rocco were poring over it. Yeah, you think if you killed one of these guys or somehow prevented them from chanting, probably for more, probably a brief interruption of like a second wouldn't be enough. But like,
Yeah.
if you break one of them out of the ritual, that would probably be enough to disrupt it. What
These 2 guys
exactly what would
going-
happen? You're not sure. No, those guys. Everybody just seems like they're watching. It's all these guys with question marks. You can see them, right?
that are chanting?
Yeah, those. I don't.
Hold
They don't
on.
even have stats that matter right now. They're like normal looking dudes. They're not. They probably look like the cultists. They're wearing robes and all that. They're not big beefy warrior dudes though.
Sure. Okay. So I guess the cry is stop the chanters and we run in.
This does go back to the thing I told you though. You are pretty sure if you disrupt this, like, you don't get a second chance. Like, that's.
Yeah, we need to make sure that we're doing this in a way where we can win at the end. So I probably am like stopping Bernard from being too hasty.
So
because-
at the moment, so let me back this up, because some of this is discussion you guys definitely could have had as you were coming down here. But just for clarity though, Bernard peeks around the corner. This dude spots him while he's doing that. But this is kind of what Bernard takes in with his perception roll, as a lot of these guys, he sees their backs. So, he's guessing about some of these. He just knows this guy's big and beefy. You don't think you've run into him during your previous stuff. You're pretty sure that's the caster guy based on his fancier robes. All these other guys in robes who are, say, cultist, like, it's hard to be sure. It could just be any dude in robes. The warrior guys are pretty obvious, though, because they're kind of half naked. They wear those weird horned helms. But also, like, shit's probably about to go down, given that a guy sees Bernard. So, like, long discussion at the moment, based on the information he just saw, probably can't happen. But, like, overall planning you guys had before you came down, that could be fine.
Yeah,
you could say we were going to say.
Yeah, so I mean, my thinking would be like, unless we think we can actually win the encounter, even if we're discovered, we probably shouldn't interrupt the ceremony or the ritual. Let them kill us so we have a better chance once we have knowledge of the situation. That's my thinking. But I'm open to other thoughts and suggestions. I don't want to interrupt the ritual and have it be like a TPK and then and then that's all she wrote.
That said, and I'm not trying to encourage anything, but like in terms of what would work ritual wise, one good blunderbuss shot from back there and then running like hell could do it, right? Like whether or not running like hell would work, I don't know. But like in terms of what you need to be successful in disrupting it, something as simple as like wounding those guys would probably be enough. Killing them would be best, but wounding them would probably be sufficient. Unless they, are some tough mofos who get shot and keep chanting anyway, which they might be. These guys do seem a little crazy. They seem to cut out their own tongues. And
Right.
not the ones chanting, obviously. Anyway,
Are there,
sorry.
Are there firearms at the barracks that we could have picked up?
They're
Not that you're allowed to have, but that you could potentially get illegally, yes.
What about explosives?
Yeah, like Molotovs or stuff like that.
Same answer. Well, Molotovs are more like you could craft that sort of thing. And like whether or not you have the skill for it, you've got a few loops. You could be like, all right, I'm going to figure out how to make this. I'm going to have someone show me. I know how to make this. Like a few loops, you could figure something like that out. I'm sure.
'Cause I'm thinking if we can toss some kind of explosives and whatnot in there, shut the door and run, we can break the ritual and survive. Though, I mean, this group's probably going to be coming after us then, so I don't know if that's necessarily better. But I don't.
Actual explosives. Sorry, go on.
Like I think we can easily disrupt this ceremony right now, but I'm not convinced that we can do it and survive. And that is, to me, that's important.
That makes sense to me too. We can come back better prepared.
maybe.
It doesn't really seem like an us kind of thing, though.
I mean, that's super.
I mean, on the plus side, when you remake a character, you totally know where to put stats this time. They've got black powder weapons, so I assume there's got to be
only
bombs.
3 gold apiece.
Oh, they exist. Let me see those.
Yeah, page 295 of the main book.
Now, you making
rare.
you getting good enough to make those in the morning before you rush here is probably not realistic, but maybe you could find where there are some. Wait, what page for that?
295. Last 5.
I'll just collapse the whole sewer. Easy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would want to do, is collapse the ceiling, but I don't know how easy that would be, and what's above it.
Blast 5 plus 12 damage. I mean, that's...
We're in the rich quarter.
You're underneath the rich quarter, yeah.
Yeah.
There's an explosives weapon skill.
Yep. Engineering.
Engineering just does everything.
Yep.
Spend that XP, I guess. Hey, Griff can finally spend XP. Okay, anyway, I don't need to look bombs right now. So there you are.
So I let the party know that if it, if we get into an encounter and it looks like we can't win, but we're going to disrupt the ritual, I'm probably just running. So since Bernard has been spotted, he can take that to how he wants to proceed.
Yeah, well, okay, so at this point, we'll stop discussing it, and I guess we'll go. Bernard, you were spotted. The guy... Let's see. Yeah, rather than sit there slack-jawed, surprised, he actually starts letting out a cry of alarm, but he doesn't have a tongue, so it's like, and pointing, The guy nearest him turns and looks. One of the guys back here turns and looks. The main cultist guy, who's like watching the ritual, doesn't even turn around. He seems real focused on what's going on. But, a couple guys up front are like turning and looking in that direction. They're not looking at you right away. They're looking at the dude. And then they're seeing that he's pointing, and they're like trying to follow his pointing, but your background, like, People know
Sure.
you're here now, but they probably didn't all see you. It's probably just this one dude who actually saw you. Unless you're rushing out. I don't know. So,
Sounds like
with
we're
that,
leaving.
what do you do? You guys are all just booking?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
All
I
right.
can't see it, so I'm taking the lead from Bernard. But like, if we get in that room and it looks like a no-win, I'm just turning around and running away. So, but if he's just turn around and run away, then yeah, I will.
Yeah, if you're all turning to run, everyone give me an athletics roll. The plate helm gives you minus on your athletics. Poor bastard. Minus 20 to athletics for wearing a plate helm. They run much slower with a plate helm on.
Mine is on, and I'm not getting a minus. Mine is an open helm. Maybe that helps.
No, so's mine. Plate, open helm.
It is equipped.
Details. Oh, it shouldn't. It should be only minus 20 perception. What am I getting the penalty for? Oh, I'm not. I was reading this wrong. He just rolled bad. Okay. All right. Dirk, you're going a little slow, but that makes sense. You were wounded and fatigued. Everyone,
Yeah,
Trent's going pretty slow too. So you guys are lagging behind a little bit, unless everyone's slowing down to keep up with them. But you guys are like the pace setters. What's that?
I'm not going to leave him behind if that's what you're saying, but
No, but are you like
Right? I will leave him behind.
here? Let me do it this way. Based on the rolls, if you're leaving, this is just kind of what the marching order becomes, unless someone is specifically like, no, I'm going to make sure I bring up the Rocco, Griff, Bernard.
I will run to every cross section and make sure it's clear, and then wait for people to catch up.
Okay.
That's the way I'm doing it.
You hear pounding feet behind you. They are gaining slightly as you rush. I assume you're going back out the way you came.
Yeah.
All right. I guess unless you're changing up what you're doing and you're just running, everyone give me another athletics roll. But at the moment, if you're kind of sticking together, they are gaining ground. Bernard certainly does have the sprint speed to run ahead. The problem is, if he runs too far ahead, the rest of you don't have light. Dirk and Trent continue lag behind, although Dirk's really flagging now. He got beat up today. Oh, never mind. He finds a second wind and digs down deep. And let me see how they do. So two of them are just behind Trent now. Not quite close enough to strike, but probably if rolls continue as they are, two of them will catch up. And then you see two more following, probably, at least a round behind that. Should you guys stop in battle, they're at least a round out from catching up. And at this point, you're probably up to like, I don't know, over here. Running out.
It doesn't matter if we die, right? The ritual's still going.
True. Probably.
Bring it on.
All right, you turn to fight.
Good luck.
You blowing your own brains out? Like, I don't know. What's the?
Got a blunderbuss.
I mean, I'll run, but
or you keep running. I'm giving you one more athletics roll. You
I'll
might
run.
pull ahead.
I'm not that scared though.
I would also say in this context, no, never mind. Go ahead. Yeah, if. Hey, Trent digs down deep. Ooh, Rocco's slowing down. That's because Rocco kind of wants to fight.
You want another athletics roll?
Yeah, one more. The worst so far, I think, is only -1. All right. Well, it looks like... Oh, Dirk. So, are you fortune pointing it? Yeah. Everybody, like Trent gets, he digs down deep. He picks up the speed. He's actually pulling away from them a bit. Dirk, however, just is... He got so beat to shit. He just can't keep up. So at this point, either Dirk's about to get surrounded and murdered, or who's ever stopping to help him can do that. But they've caught up to Dirk. The rest of you could probably make a clean getaway at that point.
I'll just go, and I basically stop, and I try and rush them to buy them more time.
Okay. The guys chasing you, just for what it's worth, are carrying torches, so you're not in the dark. Is anyone stopping to fight, or are you guys accepting his brave sacrifice?
I will honor his brave sacrifice.
I'm rooting for him.
All right. You want to see how you do, Al, or do you just want to, accept your death? So I'm cool either way.
I will just accept my death.
All right. Hey, give me one attack roll, just as like a judge for how well you do before you go down. You might look cool, or you might just be like, I'll buy you guys time, and die 3 seconds later. Man, I was watching some movie where they go through the door, and the last person shuts it behind them. It's like, I'll buy you time, and then they argue through the door for 2 minutes, and then and the person had to have died 4 seconds after the bad guys got there, and there was a friggin' door in the way. The door was what bought them time. It was stupid. I hate that movie. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about that. That was actually really good, Dirk. You turn, you charge at one, you swing, you catch him in the head. It doesn't drop him or anything, but he kind of real stunned, and then the other one's on you, and you're fighting for your life, and then the 2 more rush up, and then that's that. But the rest of you get out of the sewer. I assume you just keep running all the way out, right? Back to the manhole.
Sure.
Pursuit tapered off pretty quick. The heavy pursuit right behind you. A lot of them stopped to deal with Dirk. You could tell one of them kept running on, trying to keep eye on you and catch up to you. He kept yelling and grunting the whole time, but as you kind of got out of their area, they did not pursue beyond that. And you're guessing that, they're rousing up whatever other defenses they have in there to be alert. Which has interesting... Huh, okay. So you guys get out. Dirk's dead. You're topside. You're smelly. It's probably just about dawn right now. The sun's breaking in the sky. Maybe just over the horizon.
All right, I'll go clean up. And then I got to do more gambling research.
Yeah. Okay. What's anyone else doing today that they care about?
So what are we going to try to do? Collapse that whole thing? I mean, I could start looking for explosives that we can pick up on the way in.
I will say this: if you are trying to be where could I place bombs to collapse this, you better start putting some points in engineering.
If you just get enough bombs, it'll be
Or you come in later in the day and just practice a lot. That could work, actually. But certainly that's not a normal... Yeah, I just know where I'd put a bomb to blow this place up.
Sure.
Derek, you said there was a book that we were reading?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we don't have it anymore.
Found that
It's down
down here
there now.
last session. Yeah.
What were they... What's the end goal of this ritual? What are they doing?
So
Kill
they
everything in the
believe
universe.
it's going to summon the Eater of Moments in to devour the universe, and they're nihilists basically. It'll end all of life, and life is suffering and meaningless, and
Yeah.
now they'll be one with this creature that devours them, and that's great for them. They're crazy.
Then you have to play 2nd edition Talisman for all eternity. It's awesome.
That goes a little against what the sage said, which he believes, his interpretation of this ritual is it was a way to torture the one person being stabbed, where they're devoured for all eternity. That actually seems to better fit what you're seeing, unless when the time ticks down to 0, then it happens for real, maybe permanently. It's hard to say.
Okay.
Or maybe that's all reality becomes, is that. But I think the sage's interpretation of it, based on what some of the stuff you guys had said, would be you're essentially in a pocket reality this happens to, Whereas their interpretation of the ritual is like, this is happening to reality, and we will all become one with the greatness.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. They also had a weird thing about cutting the eyeballs out of the dead and cutting the tongues out of the living. You're not sure what all that was about, but anyway, I'll go around. Rocco, what are you doing today?
I want to
Earth was
figure out how to
gambling.
get armed up so we can do this again.
Like
better
bombs
gear.
and stuff, like stuff you
Yeah.
could get to early in the morning.
Yeah.
All right, give
I'm
me
gonna want to see if I can kill more cats.
Give me a gossip roll.
Gossip roll.
Dude, I don't know. I'm not sure what the best would be. Like, you're like trying to ask around, figuring out where you could get stuff like this.
Like I'm trying to figure out getting from A to B. You know, if there's like a shop on the way that has weapons or something like that.
I
Yeah,
will also be doing the same thing, Derek, but I will be checking out the barracks, seeing if there's stuff that I could maybe just pick up real quickly, or not
The
tell
barracks,
anybody.
the barracks definitely does not have bombs. It's
Sure.
got crossbows, which you could get access to.
Are you sure?
Like,
Have you seen
illegally.
Hot Fuzz? They probably have something.
Huh? Just one big bomb. That'd be awesome. Yeah, they don't have great skills for like just yeah. Gossip is you asking around, being like, "Hey, man, where can I get bombs?" Like in a way that starts direct. It's effectively using the yellow pages in the medieval times, right? You're trying to get the info. I can't think of a better way to do it. Failure doesn't mean you fail. It just means it's taking you a while. It might take you multiple days to zero in on this.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what Rocco is working on. What's Bernard working on?
I was gonna, like I said, look if there's anything we could use from the armory or anything like that.
Right. So that doesn't take you long. So crossbows, yeah. Heavier armor, no, not really.
no kind of explosives or
shields, if you wanted them, you can get.
yeah.
Or hand weapons, but you already have that.
Yeah.
Leather armor, and this is only if you're a watchman. Now, granted, if you don't care about the repercussions, you can grab some extra stuff and divvy it out to your party. It's just that's not really the rule. You'd probably end up fired, or worse, depending on how that goes. No, they don't have bombs for sure. There might be like a gun or two extra locked up because they're so expensive.
Sure.
But potentially sweet talking your supervisor could get that somehow.
Okay.
You'd need some sort of compelling reason. Anything else? Like you might have to list like what you're looking for if I tell you.
Sure. I actually at this point the best thing to do maybe just to go save the apothecary and ask her, hey,
Oh yeah.
Are these things something we can get or make?
I don't think
whatever?
she's an engineer, but I'll have to look through potions and see if there's anything appropriate for that.
Okay.
Certainly, though, that said, if you want to improve your odds of survival, laying down some money on healing potions or whatever else there might be could be useful.
Sure.
I will say I know right away she doesn't know how to make bombs. That's not a thing she does, but let's see here.
She might know of something that might, explode.
Yeah, maybe. Apparently there's nothing in the magic book for potions. That's weird. Leonardo's alchemical powder. It is a superior black powder infused with magical energy. To explode, it just needs to be exposed to air rather than set alight. The powder can be made through high alchemy. Create enough for a bomb or 12 shots of a handgun or pistol. An alchemist must create a keg of black powder with raw materials costing 3 gold. I think that is. And make an extended test. So that's just for the materials. Powder is used, the damage inflicted by the firearm explosive is increased by a further +2 in addition to any bonus that would normally be conferred by powder or shot. So essentially the problem you would have here though is like she can't make this shit for you that quickly that you'd be able to use it. And all that really was a slightly better bomb. Which, I mean, that slightly better bomb's great. But no, and that's probably not within her skill set anyway.
All right.
I can look through alchemy stuff later, like, over the week. There's corrosive substances. You might be able to get something similar to napalm. Like a potion, something you throw on them that causes burning.
We had some sort of super laser that we could just burn through the city.
That'd be great. I think you guys kicked that out a window, as I recall.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Dave, you take stock of that. How about Bernard? What are you up to? Or not Bernard, sorry. Trent, what are you up to?
I will help save the Apothecarius for various reasons. Then coming back to this, how literal am I allowed to take this map?
Layout, 100%. A lot of the stuff on it is just I downloaded a map, and there's not sarcophaguses. There's not a lot of this stuff. So
you're gonna drill through the back wall for a surprise attack.
That layout wise, that's fine if you were going to do something like that or try to explode from the other side.
That looks like light from above. Is there actually grading above that?
No, sorry. No, there wouldn't be here because otherwise, absolutely, you would just go through that. No. Nope, that's just
where
some flavor.
Would be the nearest?
The one you guys have been coming in on. Which is not far from the
sewer. Okay, next question. Does the sewer empty into the lake, the river, or other way around, is the sewer below the river level?
I don't know the answer. You're talking about the river that goes through the city?
Yes.
I assume it empties in a gross way. There are parts of the sewer that are deeper, and those obviously would not be able to empty in, but maybe they're just,
You want to try to flood this place?
I want something. I want to take advantage of it being sewers, but it sounds like they're in some weird offshoot that makes no sense from any engineering perspective.
That is true. Well, there's a lot of shit down here that isn't really part of the sewer, and this is one of them. That said, in terms of flooding it, that could be possible if you had a way to generate a bunch of water. Because this area is a bit lower than the average sewer, so it is more likely to.
But then I assume that this is a drain there, and that's why it's dry past that.
No, that's just bullshit on the map. I don't know, man. This is all raised relative to that. I don't know, man. I just grabbed a map. I've been assuming like the walkways you're on are a few feet above where the water is, and the water just doesn't get that high for whatever reason. It like runs out through sluices or grates or I don't know.
Okay.
In this case,
I don't know because I still don't understand. I still don't understand what our goal is at this point. So
stop the ritual, but yet survive, basically.
But we can't stop the start of the ritual. What does stopping the ritual gain us?
So
the ritual has been stopped by the. Hold on. The ritual has been stopped by the Skaven repeatedly, hasn't it?
No.
Then how did this dagger end up in the Skaven?
They show up after all the guys are dead.
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
But not all the guys are dead because we went and fought them a couple hours after this.
The ritual killed 7 people. That's it. The ritual killed 7 people. The rest of the guys in the room are standing around watching it, and they get attacked by the Skaven after the 7 people are dead.
Well, hold on. 7? I thought it was 12.
I think I might have said 13 the first time.
I think it was 13.
I chopped it to 7. I really don't care what the number is, but 7 works for now.
There's some number of people giving up their own life, and then after that, the Skaven break in and escape with the dagger. That's I guess how we're.
I don't understand that because it's not like the guys we fought looked wounded or anything.
Well, there was a lot less of them.
There had been one who was wounded, a cultist on the bed. So after the first room, you guys went in. There had been a guy sitting on the bed wounded, and Griff or someone just ran in and
I did.
fucking domed
Oh,
him.
so I didn't get to see him because that was outside of my light range at the time.
Right.
That's probably
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, I ran in and caved his head in.
So yeah, you guys only ran into one who was wounded. You did run into corpses of a number of them.
Okay, so what do we think interrupting the rest of this ritual will gain us? Because I don't think it was ever made clear when we first had the book, and we don't have it again to try and
Okay.
re-understand that.
No, that's fine. I'll tell you, because you guys read the book. I just probably explained it poorly. Your understanding is the time loop begins when they plunge the dagger in the guy's chest. The ritual completes when all these guys have chanted for, it's hard to say exactly how long, somewhere between an hour or two. As they're chanting, they kind of die off one by one. When the last one dies through the chanting process, the ritual is complete. They've locked in the ritual. The thought is, from reading the book, if you can disrupt this before they have all completed their chanting, that will end the ritual. Obviously, the person who got impaled through the chest is fucking dead. Like, you can't fix that. But that'll disrupt the ritual. Theoretically, with the ritual disrupted, there's no time loop anymore.
You said there was
You're hoping.
5 already dead and 2 still chanting.
Yeah, you look like you were coming on the tail end of the ritual, based from what you read. Like it sounded like they would die at a fairly regular rate.
So if we
hold on,
go ahead.
So their understanding is this will summon the guy, but they have to do this millions of times because they keep doing this same ritual.
From the book, they had no concept of a time loop.
But aren't they in one now?
Yeah, they don't know that. They don't seem to know that.
Are they not killing themselves with the dagger?
No.
Just the one guy.
They don't know that that's what happens.
One of them might know that. Doesn't the first guy get killed with the dagger?
The dead guy, yeah, I mean, the dead guy might know.
But somehow he stays dead, even though the rest of us died to the dagger and stay in the loop. He doesn't.
Oh, no. He may wake up every morning
with the dagger in him.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he dies immediately.
Yeah.
He's not really in the loop.
He dies infinitely.
For all we know, he wakes up every morning knowing he's going to die, but he's trapped in a cell down there.
Well, but he doesn't know.
No.
It starts upon him dying on the dagger.
Yeah.
That is second 0 of loop.
Yeah, so that's why the sage you had taken this to was like, this seems like a torture, like the ultimate torture for someone because they like literally die forever. Like, because I think you would explain the time loop to him. Someone had said like basically it collapses down into singularity and this guy's just dying. Well, since his loop starts right away anyway, he's just dying like infinitely forever. It'd be like the ultimate, fuck you. Based on their book, though, there's nothing about time loop in this. Like, this is the Eater of Moments who comes and eats all of time in reality. Which apparently, if the ritual's successful and they're all sitting around after, like, you don't think they got the result they wanted or expected.
So I don't understand the mechanism that is shortening the day.
Yeah, I don't think anything is. I don't think there's been any information.
It is unknowable.
I don't know that that's true.
Well, unless you want to talk to the Eater of Moments, which I don't.
Maybe we can open a dialogue with him.
You should charm him.
We'll wave a white flag right before 11 or whatever, and he'll parlay.
Hey, Eater dude. Got some questions. All right.
So now we have to come up with a plan to take out a numerically superior force.
Sure.
And live.
Second part's option.
Yeah.
My next guy starts out with over 800 experience, so I'm good.
We don't have to kill them. We just have to stop them from chanting.
I mean,
sure, but realistically, they are in a protected corridor with no other way in. If we disrupt them, they are going to come charge at us and kill us.
Yeah, if we just gotta find somewhere with bombs. Somewhere's gotta have them in this town ready to go.
Yeah, we blow them up, shut the door, bar the door, run like hell.
I think all we have to do is stop the chanters, right? Everybody agrees it's the chanters. If the chanting of the chanters stops or is disrupted in some fashion, the
I don't
2-hour ritual doesn't complete.
Yeah. Well,
All we have to do, all we really have to do is take pot shots. You know, we could come in with crossbows and just fire at them from range. And
it could be though. That
But
if
again,
you die-
am I misunderstanding that as soon as we interrupt them, a numerically superior force is going to come charging at us?
well, we got away that time. Maybe we could
Or
maybe
two.
we could do something else the same.
Yeah, we're all fine.
well,
Just
Oh, well,
Yeah,
all four of you are
well,
fine.
yeah.
thank you very much.
wow.
So rude.
Let's just cast that shadow hole spell. It'll be fine. Someone
Yeah.
learn that.
Yeah, all of us are fine except for Dirk, who's paced on the floor of the sewer.
My bad. My bad. I'm just trying to think how we can. Do we have the layout of the sewer well enough? I mean, could we blow if we had explosives? Could we blow up that back wall? If
I mean, realistically, as soon as you have explosives, you know you could blow this wall right here and just walk away.
Yeah. You're going to want some people with, the skill for explosives. You're not going to want to be counting on that untrained, but
can I switch my class? You know.
you can switch class whenever you want. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure they're numerically superior and probably skill wise, although not to the extent they had been before.
Sure.
But the things you will have with you are a whole lot of prep and the element of surprise. So,
Except we won't.
We're Batman.
We won't have a lot of prep. We will have a lot of planning, but we will have no time to actually go get anything beforehand.
What if we just wait until the ritual's complete and then do some practice combats?
What do you mean?
We have been. That
Whole
hasn't
thing.
You-
All right, Bernard, you go chant for a while.
So if you had a way, so based on when you got there and the amount of time it took and the number of people dead, you think if you had a way to wake up a little sooner, granted it was random when you woke up, right? You'd probably have like an extra half hour to 40 minutes. So you think, so probably when Adam randomly woke up today, it was maybe 30 or 40 minutes into the loop. So I don't know if that's enough time for you to do stuff like that's part of what Adam's looking into right now. What can we find? What can we get in a short amount of time? And that's.
I mean, I am.
How long was Al awake before we showed up for him? Like he wakes up way earlier, right?
Not
No.
way earlier, but earlier. I think that
I mean, he can't wake up way earlier because the loop doesn't start until Guy dead, which was about 30 to 40 minutes before we got up.
Just strap 18 pounds of explosives to Hans and tell him it'll be a real hoot if he runs in there and detonates himself.
I'm telling you, we need to get Hans in on this plan.
And then he just kills everything,
including us.
Including himself.
And then we all throw our bombs at him, and then we leave.
Why, Hans is a great person.
He could save the day.
Okay, I guess in the meantime, I spend some time talking with her more for poisons we can throw in there to disrupt things.
Okay, that's cool. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, certainly
Gases?
there's
Poison gas.
I'm pretty sure there were poisons in there. I'll find something. Poisoned arrow. Poison pustule.
Poison pustule?
Yeah, it's like a spell or something.
Sounds gross.
But yeah, certainly something like that. Smoke bombs. I mean, whatever. Stuff like that she could do. Poisons would fit. Anyway. Nightshade, right there. So that will make people pass out. If consumed, maybe she could make a gas out of it. Probably less potent, but could work.
Still something that would take too long, right?
Well, it's hard to say.
Does she have any suggestions on how to incapacitate huge numbers of people?
Yeah, poison their food. Like the sort of things she has, aren't like, poison their food, mix a sedative in there. Like shit, you're like, well, yeah, that doesn't work on our time frame, right?
Pizza delivery.
Adam's idea of tracking down bombs probably is going to end up amounting to, like, it's going to take him some time to find it, but it's probably going to amount to, here's a place that has bombs. We're probably not going to be able to buy them at fucking 4:30 in the morning, but we might be able to go steal some real quick. Stuff like that.
Well, we just got to bring the shopkeeper into the loop.
Something like that could work. That might be the answer to many problems, is bringing other people into the loop. I don't know.
But I'm mostly at the gambling houses. How many are there?
Many. I don't know. At least 4 that you're going to.
I need, like, to find out the best bets, like, at each one throughout the day and find out the best order to do, like, 4 or 5 high-paying bets and come out of this with a decent amount of gold.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Hey, Griff, give me a perception check.
I don't do that. I don't need perception. I just need to know what won and what the odds were. See? -10 because I'm wearing my helmet.
All right. Well then. All right. So Dirk wakes up tied to a chair.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Do we still have the dagger?
No.
Oh, we never got it.
We never got it. It was in that guy's chest.
You never got it today.
They were doing the ritual with it, if you recall.
In fact, what the hell? No, Rudy wouldn't blow up today. That whole thing shot because those people are... That's a weird day. That's a real weird day.
I wonder how Hans feels about that.
He might not have noticed.
Yeah, he might not have.
Maybe he was dead already. Who knows?
Yeah, or he was at the brothel all day.
Like you do.
I was thinking about bringing that cook in because he wakes up earlier than she did. She wakes up earlier than we do.
Sure.
Earlier than we did today.
You just gotta let me kill you. I promise it'll be fine.
We'll make it worth your while.
Yeah, let me kill you. I'll make it worth your while.
She can agree after the fact.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yes, that's how consent works.
Well, that's how all of you have been brought in.
Pretty much.
All right. Well, I guess at this point, we can hand wave a few days, but yeah, Adam, you do end up tracking down a couple lines on bombs. One is you hear that some of the what was the Baron, which is the underworld crime boss. Some of their people have been known to use bombs to blow holes into shops. And guess what? Someone blew the hell out of Al's place at night. So clearly there's some explosives laying around somewhere, if you can track down exactly where those came from. But the Baron's guys use explosives. There might be a place you can raid, although it'll probably take a little more work to find out where that would be. Like, at that point, it might be some dangerous work to zero in on that. So that's one lead you have.
Danger.
Another is, you do know a shop. It actually is up in the area near where you would be wanting to go down into the sewers, because it's up in the wealthier merchant area. That will sell explosives. It's meant for mining. But if you broke into that place, you could potentially steal some. The risk is now you've done something illegal on a loop where you
Meh.
might get real good at breaking in. Maybe it's not a problem. I don't know. You do expect there's going to be like decent security in terms of like locks and all that. Or maybe like you wouldn't expect there to be like 15 guards or anything. That'd be fucking weird. But there could be one guard or maybe just really good locks. Most of the other places you found are farther away in terms of like where you could get the explosives, where normally you could get them legally, but this is the middle of the night. Other places you could break into, it's just farther away than this one place. So the one you settled on is kind of, okay, this is the shop that's closest to where we'd be using them.
Sure.
But your main way that you know of right now of getting them would be if you wanted to like procure some that probably won't ever come back to you legally, it would be from whoever the hell's blowing up Al's building at night. And then one other lead you kind of have is if you got in with the dwarves. Dwarves have like their own quarter. Apparently they use explosives a lot in their mining, and some of them might they might have already purchased some and have them like they're ready to. A lot of the dwarves go out on like mining expeditions in nearby mountains, and some of them are trying to reclaim their ancestral homes and stuff. Potentially if you dug into that one, well, it's within the city, but potentially if you got in with someone there, it would be a lower security target to break into, but farther away in the city. Or you kill a dwarf and bring him in on the loop, and he's got explosives. I don't know. I guess that's true for anyone who has explosives.
I don't want to kill anybody.
We should kill a lot of people so that when the universe is saved, they know that we did it.
Sense. And I will say over the next few days, you probably figure out like who's got the keys to the room that's got the blunderbusses locked away in the barracks. You figure out how you could get those if you wanted to. Like, whether or not you do it, you see a way that you could probably pull that off.
Sure.
Without being caught while you're doing it. But that takes you a few loops of watching and figuring out.
How many more times do we actually wake up early enough to do this?
Well, not. That's a good question, I guess.
Not.
You have at least a few days before that happens, where Adam was going through his exploration and whatnot. There is a day where he wakes up earlier than normal, because indeed there are two cats hissing at each other outside his door. But this is really only like 20 minutes earlier than he normally wakes up, so it didn't do you a lot of good that day. And shortly after that, your neighbor comes out and yells, throws some shit. But this time you woke up earlier than that because they were just really loud. Al, are you still working on getting out, or are you trying to play it safe now? Okay.
I think
you don't want to be dead when the loop comes.
Yeah, I think that I've determined that it just doesn't seem like that's going to bear fruit. So, yeah, and in fact, I let them know that, hey, if timing wise, it's not going to work for you guys to come break me out before you go and try and stop the ritual. Like,
I don't need to go down there.
well, I mean, obviously I'll go if you guys, but I mean, I don't want us to miss out on the ritual if it turns out that, that prevents us from being able to do it.
Okay.
All right, and the one last thing, let's see. Eric, the one thing that potentially interests you, and this would come up after you've done like a round of saving the apothecary, and more so if you explain the whole loop concept to her again on one of these, is she does have in like a safe in the back of her store a potion that will render the drinker invisible. This thing is super valuable. It's like 20 gold. You are unlikely to be able to walk in at 4:30 in the morning, wake her up, and convince her to give it to you. Maybe, yeah, you could probably buy it. She'd think it was weird you knew. But you also know where it is. You could potentially learn the combination to the safe, right? On a round where she trusts you or something like that. It does not make the person. You still hear them, but they become invisible, except to people who have second sight, which the risk there is probably some of those mages do.
Yeah, it's all the casters, right?
Well, they don't. Not all casters have to have it, but it wouldn't be uncommon for some of them too. Even then, people with second sight get a penalty to spot someone who is invisible. So, I mean, that's at least one thing. She was like, maybe this could help. I don't know, and maybe it doesn't at all, but that's an option. She also has pre-made, quite expensive, a potion that will give people +2 strength and toughness for a few hours.
Nice.
Let me go through this list.
Do we just ask her?
I don't think in the amount of time she has, she could whip up like an aerosol version of a sleep potion, but she does have some sleep potions.
It's not like those guys were eating or drinking. They were chanting.
Not while they were chanting. And she does have one very strong healing potion that will recover 3 times your toughness bonus in wounds immediately and cure any bleeding or fatigue. Potentially, critical injuries can even be healed. These are all pretty expensive, but certainly the way you've made a friendship with her and the way the loop works, you could probably get the info about how to get these and then not have to worry about it on the loop where you're actually trying to get them. If you just want to go into her shop, open up safe, take them and go. Pay her back later, don't, whatever. But and then I'm sure, I don't see something like this listed, but I'm sure she could probably quickly whip up some sort of smoke bomb type thing if you were trying to do concealment as you run, stuff like that. And she could probably also pretty quickly, you guys have already talked about Molotovs. I don't think you'd have to go out of your way to get those. Certainly she could do those. I think you guys could learn to make those, with alcohol and a bottle and a rag, right?
Yeah. Too difficult.
Especially, take a few loops where you learn how to do it without killing yourself. And then, okay, now you know how to do it.
That sounds like a good idea.
So those are the kind of things she can think of, I think.
I will spend some time learning how to throw fire.
I think there might actually be a throwing skill.
What does it take you to get a skill outside of your class? Double the points?
I think it's double the XP. I mean, you can throw anyway at default. You don't need the skill.
Sure, but we were talking about that. We were talking about engineering. If you want to be able to learn where to take the building down,
maybe we could just flood it somehow.
You're going to want to point in explosives if you're using explosives. You don't want to do that one without at least a point.
Yeah.
The person
doing
it, I mean, you don't all need
a couple 100,000 gallons of water.
The river.
Could we figure out if the river could be diverted into this sewer?
No. The sewer is above the river. I asked that one.
Is there a way?
Most of the sewer is, that's true. even then, I'm not sure how you would like. If you have some proposals for how you would do that, let me know. I'm not even sure.
Is there anything like tear gas that would just like if we can stop them from being able to chant, that would do it. I mean, we still have to not die.
Sounded
But-
like all we have to do is stop them chanting for like 2 seconds, and that'll
Yeah.
break the ritual.
No. He said stopping them for 2 seconds wouldn't do it.
No, like if you grazed them with a shot and they paused for like a second and then started chanting, you think it would probably still be okay. It could cause a problem.
I don't know why the Eater of Moments would be okay with anything less than perfection.
If they're sitting there coughing up a lung for like 30 seconds, though, that's probably more than enough to. Someone stumbling over a word or two is different, but
You need to get so good at shooting you could hit them in the throat from across the room.
that said, I don't think she has tear gas prepared, and I
Can it
doubt
just
that's
be a
associated with both.
Sierra sewer and we light a match and it explodes? Kills everybody.
That'd be cool, but I think you would have blown up already. Not that any of you are magic users, but a magic user could also try to counterspell the ritual as it's going.
Yeah, let's just roll up some proteges that we can bring into the loop.
Is the ritual an actual like spell going on?
Yes and no. So it's not actually casters doing it, but it is magical. So I don't know. It's a weird in between, but like probably someone who's magically inclined could try to f with it.
You get in there and start throwing in extra words.
From the book, you did not have to be a magic user to do the ritual. You had to go through the rites, the preparation of the victim. You had to do the dagger, and you had to chant the words, and you had to. It seems like the dagger does a lot of the heavy lifting in the ritual.
Cut your tongue out.
Cut your tongue out. I said your damn words.
Remove your eyes. Just normal stuff.
For that matter, grabbing the dagger out of the victim and running off with it mid-ritual would probably work too. I mean, I don't know how you would do that realistically, but that would probably work.
It's an invisible guy.
Yeah, something like that could, let me see here.
One of the possible prayers of mine, heed not the witch.
Jeez.
So I would probably treat that any spells that target anyone. So if that targeted the area down where the 7 are, then I would probably, I don't know what I would do for the roll exactly, but I would do some sort of roll to see if it's disrupted.
Yeah, never mind. That ain't happening.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's fair based on the location of it. The
location is me.
Right. Well, if you're invisible, but yeah. Yeah, then you're in a bad spot.
Yeah, but I'm chanting.
Yep.
Do you miss that part of me casting?
But they're chanting too. They won't hear you.
It's not a good plan in terms of survivability. That said, I bet you it's better than 50-50 at succeeding at disrupting. I think a bomb's going to be way easier, but I'm just saying, maybe this situation it doesn't apply, but that sort of thing could work to disrupt it. That's what I'm trying to say. I think it would probably be better than 50-50. None of them really have lore magic, so I'd probably be doing their willpower -20, which would be real not good. Maybe a small bonus for the dagger, but not a big one. All right. Well, we're gonna stop here. I mean, we can keep planning, but there's nothing else happening.
Sure.
Feel free, if you want, plan in Discord or ask questions, and I can have the answers ready. Oh, we want to do this. We want to look at that. Okay, cool. That's fine. Or we just do it when next session starts.
Okay.
It sounds like things you can do though are either wait for the cat thing to work out, which probably it will again at some point. Get someone in on the loop. Track down the bombs if you want to get them from somewhere other than the shop. That would involve probably messing with the Baron's people. Or I don't know. Shoot a blunderbuss in there and then drop some smoke screens around like hell and throw some grenades behind you. I don't know. Like those kind of seem like what your options are that you've explored, or trying to collapse the place with explosives potentially. But not even collapse them, just blow it up enough that it disrupts the ritual, right? If you blow out the wall behind them, probably that's good enough.
Yeah.
It is certainly easy enough to, if you want, to come in on a loop later in the day and come fuck around down here. You know what I mean? Like get the layout really good, test things out. Like those things are available to you.
I think it would be relatively easy. There was what we know. There's a room back here, right?
Yeah, it's not really a room here. I'll just reveal the map.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, but there is a way we could blow this wall and just to cause a bunch of damage, and that's relatively easy to sneak in. I mean, we snuck all the way to the ritual. We could sneak to this room, set up a pretty good explosion in that wall behind them, and just blow it.
Timers are definitely a thing too for explosives.
Yeah.
They're not super reliable. It's not like a digital readout or anything, but fuses, etc. That sort of thing is what I should say. Fuses, not timers. But fuses cut to certain lengths, so they're roughly a minute, roughly 2 minutes, whatever. That's how they do their mining. I don't think they have the cool handle you press down that sends the electrical charge through that detonates it. That'd be really cool,
but not a thing.
I don't know, man. Warhammer's weird. They have some weird tech shit going on. Weren't there like tanks that have those lens lasers on them or something? I don't know.
All right. Sounds cool.
One bomb at blast 5 with plus 12 damage, though, hits pretty much everyone in that ritual area, including like not just the ritual people, but like all the people standing and watching. Not the guys all the way back where you came in. Like right here, I'll show you. Blast 5 is that. I mean, that's
if we put the bomb in the middle of them, which back to how to get in the middle of them.
Pitch it in.
Yeah, that would be a throw, right? I'm just saying, like the blast radius on these things.
But if we,
what size is a bomb that does that? I don't think you're throwing it.
Yeah, that might be fair. I don't really know. What does it say about it?
We should get Gino to come fight with us. Let's bring Gino in.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to find the write-up on it. It doesn't look like it's super encumbering, though.
I
assume it's the equivalent of like dynamite, though.
Hold on. A sledgehammer isn't super encumbering. I'm still not throwing it 30 yards.
That's fair. I'm assuming this is like a stick of dynamite equivalent, though.
Is this that stuff that explodes on contact with air that we're talking about, though?
No. This is like, you light a fuse and throw it, probably. I will Google and search what are Warhammer fancy bombs, because apparently they're a thing. Filled with gunpowder, stopped with wax, armed with a fuse. Bombs may be placed or thrown. The bomb's fuse can be cut to various lengths. That's second edition Warhammer Fantasy Old World Armory. That did a 10-yard radius in that version. Yeah, they're meant to be throwable.
Yeah, okay.
Warhammer's a weird mix of stuff. I might have to check the second edition books. I think they have more stuff like potions and whatnot. That's one thing I like. This game's more deadly in a lot of ways, but that's one thing I like compared to D&D, where hit points don't scale up into like the hundreds. Like you shoot your gun into a guy, like most of the time he might not die, but he's pretty close.
It's pretty fucked up.
That's kind of fun when you get the drop on him. It's not so cool if they get the drop on you.
Well,
It's always
I got the drop on Griff. That wasn't enough.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
It's always fun in D&D, though, where it's like, 15 guys with crossbows are pointing them at you, and you're like, yeah, well, I got good armor class and hit points, so probably 3 of them are going to hit. It's going to be a D8 each. All right, fuck it, let's go. Anyway. We'll figure out next week, I guess.
Yep.
Thanks, Derek.
Okay.
See you guys.
Later.
See ya.
Oh, I'm going to give out XP.
What is the throw skill, Derek? Is that just dexterity?
There's a specific ranged explosive skill.
Ranged explosive? I don't
know. Give me a sec to look. I don't know these rules off the top of my head.
In the compendium, I found it.
Yeah, ranged explosives or ranged throwing.
Uses ballistic skill.
There's black powder, explosives,
an advanced
and
skill.
I would say it's hard to say, like if you're throwing a bomb, if that's really explosives or throwing.
see. Black powder and explosives. Those with ranged engineering can use black powder and explosive weapons without penalty. Explosive weapons? What counts as an explosive weapon?
A bomb.
I don't see a bomb in the. Here's ammunition. None of that is explosive. Ranged weapons. Explosive? Explosive? Nope. I don't see any explosive ranged weapons.
Didn't Andrews give us the page number for a bomb earlier?
295 has a bomb and an incendiary. I guess explosive is the category.
Yeah. Blast 5, dangerous, impact, 12 damage plus the success level on your roll.
Are you sure? No, it's not this. It's just 12 damage.
No, it's plus 12.
SB's not in there.
I didn't say SB, success level. SB is strength bonus.
Oh, you're right.
SL is success level.
You're right. Sorry.
So you like a really good throw, would do more damage. Or it's unclear to me if you're throwing an explosive, which one you're using. It sounds like you use explosives.
Ranged engineering.
I guess throwing's meant more for like throwing a dagger or something, where explosives is more like you just got to toss it in the general area.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I don't know what happened. Like you miss with an explosive, it's still going to go off, right?
All right.
They don't really spend much time talking about explosives in this book. I should stop streaming.